And the other thing is, like, superheroes can never reveal their identity. And so everyone knew from season 1, if you say your real name to anybody, like, you'll get eliminated. So here I am, like, my name's Trish. Like, what's your name? Everyone's like, no.
Her name is Trish. She's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's just Trish.
Hello, everyone. I hope you had the most amazing weekend ever. I know I did, because I stayed in the air conditioning with my baby and ate fried rice and pizza.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a serve for sure. We watched the Olympics. We were really just living the best life. Today's episode is brought to you by Liquid Death. You guys, I wish I was trying this. Was it rolling when I tried this? Because I just tried it for the first time now, and I knew I was gonna. Was it rolling? Yeah. Jimmy, keep it in. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's very good. I don't know the audio, but it was, my reaction was sincere. I was like, wow, this is actually really good. Are you sure it's mango iced tea? I don't see the iced tea anywhere. It just says mango chainsaw. But you're saying it's iced tea? It said it on the box.
Definitely said iced tea, yeah.
This is the best flavor ever. I am obsessed with iced tea. I'm obsessed with mango, and this is absolutely amazing. It's so refreshing. Thank you, Liquid Death. Go to liquiddeath.com/Trish to check out where you can get Liquid Death near you. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. More to come around the 20-minute mark. If you love my ad reads, skip ahead to the 20-minute mark for those ad reads.
We're the only podcast people skip to just watch the ads.
People say that. They're like, you're really good. I do think I excel in ad reading. That's why I feel like I'd be really good at like teleprompter, like that kind of stuff. I feel like I would be really good. We also have exciting news on it for our patrons. We did another AMC mukbang. Everybody wanted it, and we delivered. And we did it. It was in real time. We filmed it Friday. It was up on Saturday. We got the popcorn buckets. I really enjoyed patreon.com/JustTrish if you want to check that out. I really enjoyed our time at the movies together. I was telling Moses, it's like, I guess everyone's a little different off camera, but when it's just like us, like when we're just like waiting for the food, I really cherish that moment. I feel like, you know, it's like a real person. We're real people just interacting.
Totally. Especially like removed from the set too. Like we're out in the wild. Like we're just two girls chatting.
Just chatting in our Deadpool attire, opening ourselves up for judgment, but no one judging. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just, and then we were like on this like bougie, you could see the cars, and it's like this glass. We're like at the top of the world, basically, on the AMC in Woodland Hills or wherever we're at. I liked it. It was cool. I guess I truly, when I say I don't have friends. So it's like I don't know that experience like hanging out outside of like working.
Yeah, right? That is our like social hour.
It is.
We always say it, but we are very much alike in that sense. Because like, okay, and everyone's always like, they always say they don't have friends and they talk about people. Yes, we have like friends, kind of. You know what I mean? Like we chit chat with people, we text people, but we just don't leave the house much.
Leave the house. And I will admit, I'm not a great friend where I don't like check up on people. Like my friend Jeremy, who I went with the Greek with, I hadn't seen him for 3 years, but he's always been like, how are you? Would love to see you. How's the kids? And I'm like, so not that person. And I need to be. Like, I should follow up with you when you're like, oh, I'm having like a bad mental health day. I'm like, okay, don't worry, you know, and I think that's it. But then I should follow up and be like, are you okay? But you know, there's just so much in my head that I think I'm bothering. So I don't know. I'm a horrible friend in that sense. So I truly don't have friends. But yeah, I have acquaintances and I have people that I like love. But I love glamming. That's my social time. I love this. The social time going. Technically, we were working for our Patreon, but I didn't feel like it. And then in that specific moment where we're not filming, I'm like, wow, this is what it feels like to be a real person. And it's cool. I like it. It was fun. And I feel like I got to know you better, you know?
Yeah. It was so cute. We came like matching on a little outfits, just like out in public. It was so sweet.
Yeah. You're a very cool person to hang out with. That's for sure. Like when I got out of the elevator, like you're very comforting. Like when I got out of the elevator at the AMC, like you just standing there, it just felt, because I have so much anxiety. Like before getting out of that car, I'm having so much anxiety. I don't know when this developed, I guess because I've just been home for so long, but I got so much anxiety. And then I saw you and I was like, okay.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it's like very just like I can breathe. Everything's fine. No one cares about, like, you know, just hanging out. Yeah. And we got our snacks and I don't know, it was just a good time. You always tell me your little combination on the soda machine. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I don't know. It was fun. Go watch it. It was a good time. I wish someone was like filming all of it because just watching you like dump out popcorn and make room for it, like the lid. It's cute. It was endearing. I actually had a really good time. It was really great. We're gone for literally, like, seriously, I think Mo was probably like, what are you doing? But I was like,
it was a long time. I realized when I got home, it was like 2. We got there at noon, and all of a sudden it was like after 2, and I was like, oh, wow, we really were. Yeah,
on my car, I texted you.
I always ask her, how many videos did you guys record? Like 3. Like in my mind, I'm like, that's the word time of 3 videos at least.
Like, yeah. I was like, no, we got to do it again next week.
I did 1. I'm like, what?
We want to get them quality, babe. We're giving you basically a 4th podcast over there because it's like 2-hour long Anyway, I texted Moses at 2:05, and I told you I was going to go look at that Cybertruck. So, I did have to pick up. I had to go to CVS, pick up stuff. I had to go get lotto tickets, and then I did go look at the Cybertruck very quickly, and then I actually confessed to Moses that I went to go. But that was very quick. And I will say, the Cybertruck's kind of boring. It kind of almost looks fake inside. Like, sets.
Really?
Yeah, like when you go to like Desperate Housewives sets, right? You see the house outside, but you go inside, it's just like wood. That's kind of how the Tesla truck is.
You would think it'd be a little bit jazzier inside.
There's like
but...
nothing. It almost felt empty. Like it felt like a shell or something. It was very interesting. I don't know. No, not all Teslas are like that. So I was like, it's so weird because it doesn't have like, I don't remember. I didn't have the big screen. Also, the Tesla truck isn't white inside. Like, or maybe some of them are, but the one I saw was black inside.
Oh.
So
most of them are black inside, and they do have the glass ceiling where,
Oh,
where it
yeah.
gets hot.
Tesla.
Yeah. But that's one of the biggest criticism. It's all on the screen. So even if you want to unlock, turn off, AC, anything is on the screen.
even the reverse drive, is that how it is in Tesla? There's no reverse drive. He's like, the car just knows. I'm like, what?
What?
Do you mean? Yeah, there's no reverse drive. He's like,
Wait.
the car will just know when you want to reverse. I'm like, how?
What?
That can't be.
I think he was trolling you that part.
No,
He knows.
I swear. He was being 100%
You just
serious.
kind of lean back and it knows. That's like a...
It just knows when you need to reverse. And he wouldn't let me test drive it because he's like, we have to have an offer before you let you like test drive this car. I was like, okay, what? Like, so weird. But they're really trying to get rid of it because it was 116. Then I saw it at 109. I'm like, so this is 109. He goes, actually, it's lowered. It's to 103. We're just trying to get rid of it. I was like, why?
Wow.
But also, it was a sleigh. It was wrapped. This one was wrapped in white. And then, like, the back is actually so big. The bed, I guess, of the truck is actually kind of a sleigh. And, like, you loved your pickup truck. I really wanted it. Obviously, the universe is, like, conspiring against me to say no to this. Moses, the universe, Kim Kardashian, Elon being transphobic. Like, everything's saying don't do this. But...
And I don't even show you. Like, people can stop sending me stuff. People send me every day, like,
Horrific.
20 videos
Same.
about why I
Oh.
shouldn't get this truck and all the problems it has.
I did ask him. I'm like, so was this like recalled? He goes, well, we got it used, so we don't have to do the recall or something. I was like,
Oh, no.
I was like, I'm gonna die in this truck. So I kind of did cure me, I guess. I was like, you know what? Like, we have the merch shoot coming up. I do have a Maybach I could get out of. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So, it's fine.
I'm thinking boat, a pink boat.
A pink boat. Oh, we had all that woman. There's a pink. There's a Barbie boat in our lake that I like really want.
Oh.
And actually, the owner of the boat company came out to us one day at lunch and was like, "I own these boats. Do you want to drive the Barbie boat?" And I was like, "Can we have the Barbie boat? Like, I'll drive it first, but yeah, maybe a boat. Maybe you're right."
That
Anyways,
is fierce. The Barbie
yeah.
boat is actually everything.
Yeah, and no one can get to you in the lake, right? I mean, I guess they could swim to you, but
Oh, it's kind of like a quiet place. Like the aliens in a quiet place can't swim, so they all have to go out in a boat. So there you go. If that
Ooh.
comforts you at all, knowing that if a quiet place became real, you're safe in the boat.
Oh, I love. Is that the new Quiet Place?
It's the new one. Yes, all of them, but especially in the new one, that was a big plot point. Is like you got to get to a boat.
Wait, all of them? You have to get to a boat?
That's like maybe not in the first one, but definitely in the second one. It's a big thing where like they can't swim, so you want to like get to the water. So if it ever became real, the Barbie boat is where you want to be.
Okay.
So
Good
There you
investment then.
go.
We'll get the Barbie boat for
just
sure.
in case, yeah.
I gotta live for that. Maybe I have to watch it. I want to ask you about Trap 2. But before we do, Patreon. Oh, and the mug. I always forget. We're getting mugs, by the way. We're getting 3 mugs. Moses
so
does a mug
cool.
cam. Well, technically, Jimmy does the mug. Well, I guess you pose for it now. Jimmy always does a mug cam. And shout out Jimmy. Everyone says Jimmy adds so much to the show, and he's not
He
even
really
here.
does.
He really does. He's kind of everything. That's why I gave him a little raise because I don't want him to go anywhere. I'm like, well, I mean, he can. He can go wherever he wants. But I
No
was like, just stay.
exclusivity deal,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Stay with us, basically. If you want to go do other things, you can.
He finally
But
moved from the $8 to $9 an hour. People
I got the
still, you
dollar.
don't know how much they're spamming us about how much we're
$8?
paying you. Oh my God. We're getting
God.
so much spam. And I'm like,
About the $8
yeah,
still?
seriously. I'll pull Logan Paul one day and just show all the times I paid him. Like Georgie, he's like, look, he made this much money. It's kind of tacky, but I feel like people want to know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say it, but.
no, absolutely
No,
not.
no,
But
I know. It's good, right?
all
I
I'm
don't know. It
saying-
doesn't matter. Who cares? It
all I'm
is
saying
good,
it
I
is
think.
funny. None of your business, but it's funny.
We make sure everyone's happy here because I don't want anyone leaving, including you, Oscar.
You know what? You want Oscar to get a raise?
Patreon.com. Just Trish. Well, technically, yes, the Patreon's booming. So we're all getting raises because you guys really love our Patreon. This is our headshot of the month. Patreon.com/Just Trish. This is our most popular. I'm not just saying this. Like literally 200 extra people signed up. So I had to like place an order for more. I signed all these on Saturday. I did a full ASMR. It took 2.5 hours. And I truly love doing it. It's like my favorite thing in the world to sign. Like, I actually got like mad that I didn't have time to get it done because everyone was chaotic that day. So we stayed home from dinner. And I'm like, I'm doing these because I didn't even have to rush to do them. You have until August 10th to sign up, but I was like, I'm going to do them. So anyways, patreon.com/JustTrish. Get Lady Liberty. Everyone loves this one. You also get the Trish Emoji sticker right there. That's my husband's favorite because on his laptop, he put the sticker on. I was wondering when you were going to use a Trish Emoji sticker, and you put that on. So that's really great. If you're a producer, you get both of those. Plus, you get a handwritten card from me to you and a double headshot this month. And I signed these as well. Oh, you know what? I signed on the other side. Well, that's okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you get these as well. So go to patreon.com/JustTrish. You also get extended podcast. We haven't filmed our bonus video for this week, so let us know what you want to see. It's either, well, we can do all of them. We either do Olympic chocolate muffins, reacting to Oscars interviews, or
TanaCon Saga.
TanaCon Saga.
Yeah.
And if you have something
anything,
else,
yeah.
give us a suggestion. Maybe something will happen this week that we react live to. I really wanted to do like an Olympics challenge on there, but I thought maybe that's like too hard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what we would do actually, but something where we would try it out.
Maybe archery, because then we just have to stand. Like, it doesn't involve us like having to actually move that much. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you're already ahead of me because you have a bow and arrow, don't you? From your Katniss cosplay?
Yeah, from 2012. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're already like, yeah, I saw the video. You have your form. You already know. You're like, let's do this.
I'm obsessed with the ones that, I don't know what sport it is. Is it just shooting? But I don't know.
What?
The
Pew pew.
Yeah. But they do it so like cool. They're like,
what? That's an Olympic sport?
Yeah, like they even.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're like booty tooching, like to quote Tyra, like sticking out their butt, like
Booty
posing.
tooching? I've never heard that.
It's like,
I like it.
Yeah, that was later America's Next Top Model, like sticking your butt out.
Booty
to make,
tooching?
Yeah,
I
when
love
you're
it.
posing to like have more like shape or whatever.
I
but
love
they
that.
like they stick their butt out, they pose. It's like
Boys or
so
girls?
fierce. Both. There was like
Both.
a lesbian Twitter was obsessed with this one girl because she would like looked so hot. Yeah,
just
she was just like
shooting.
a little bit more masked, and she was like, she looked so cool. And then there was this random like old man from I forget which country, but he's like a middle-aged
think-
man who just shut up and was just like.
Oh,
think
I
it's from-
saw.
From Turkey,
That's
maybe?
what I was thinking, Turkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I
saw
don't want to
that.
say because I was scared.
I
But
thought it was like photoshopped or something like that because I didn't know, first of all, that was like an actual event. And I saw it and I was like, no, there's no way he just brought up pew pew there. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I love how the Olympics come and everyone just doesn't care about anything. Like USA,
Yes.
pew pews, you know, everyone's like excited for it. I guess in a controlled way. Whatever, you know, to each their own. That's interesting. I did see someone say something about how they were like embarrassed USA didn't place because we're all about the pew pews over here.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, yeah.
And they're like, we can't even place in that. I don't know.
I don't know either, but these ones look like they look like literally superheroes or something doing it, which I
Okay.
thought was fun.
I gotta talk about that too, the superhero. But before we do that, we have to talk about superhero in chat because I have to talk about Deadpool.
Oh,
I have
yes.
more Deadpool lore. Okay, but before we were all supposed to be
But-
Olympics today. Yes, go ahead. Sorry, we have so much to say.
You last
What?
week asked about if the Olympians, if they tuck.
Oh, here we go.
Oh no, I don't know where it's
No.
going.
I know where it's going.
You could have saved this one Olympian that lost because he didn't
Oh.
tuck. Like he could have got his
I
medal
don't
if
think
he
you saw
listened
that.
to you.
Why? Was that on your Twitter?
It's everywhere.
It's-
What do you
yeah,
mean?
it's kinda
you
everywhere.
can't-
Because I'm on gay Twitter for some reason. I've never gotten off gay Twitter. I'm on gay Twitter. Like everything is gay for me. So I thought that's why people were just like, look at
this
those
is-
big.
This is one of those we live in a simulation kind of thing. You know, this is like the pole vulture that got disqualified because of his own pole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the French pole vaulter, Anthony Amirati, I think is his.
I love that
how
you.
pronounce
Did
his
you
last
just look
name.
it up, or you had it as a
No,
note?
it was one of my hot topics
It
for
was?
sure.
Oh my
yeah,
God. I
because
Okay.
I was like, because yes, we did talk about like tucking. Like, yes, of course you should tuck, but also it's like,
Wait, we said, of course you should tuck.
yeah, with the gymnastics, you were like, you should the gymnasts should like, are they tucking? Like, should they tuck? And this
But
is kind of
also-
proof that they kind of should. I think
You can do whatever you want to.
No, but you predicted how it could be an issue.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I wasn't
nobody-
advocating
It
either
was,
way.
No, it was like such a funny idea, but suddenly this guy,
Yeah,
it
that was
cost him his
wild.
medal. Yeah.
That poor thing, poor guy. I was like, yikes. Yeah.
I know. I mean, poor him, but also congrats. You know what I
Congrats,
mean?
yeah, for sure. Maybe though, some people are like it's too much for them.
That's what I was gonna
sometimes,
say. Like, I am the opposite of like a size queen, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like if I see something that looks too hefty, I'm like, no, thank you. Like, I
Right.
would pass on it. I was-
When you said the opposite, I was thinking you love the micros.
Who?
Like a
Oh, the
micro.
Not
Yeah.
a micro. Just like I think the term is like boyfriend size is what they call it, or
Yeah.
husband size. I think I don't know. Whatever.
A
One of
on
those.
the daily size.
Yeah, like
yeah.
a nice average, like sure, not like a huge mouthful.
Yeah.
You know, like just an appropriate amount where it's not too much work. Whenever it's too
Totally.
much work, it's like I don't want to have to deal with that all the time.
For sure.
Like,
I was thinking about that when people say they have TMJ. I'm like, sus. You know what I mean? Like, you know the size is doing something now. Because that's the only way you can get it, right? You're not born with TMJ.
yeah, right.
I would think it just like unlocks or something.
And I have like a gag reflex, so it's like,
same.
yeah, I can't.
Same.
do it. I
Yeah.
can't.
Not worth it.
No, and I just and any hole is not the goal when it's that big.
I have a lot of spit now these days. We did the ancestry. We finally did ancestry. So in 4 to 6 weeks, I'm going to know my heritage very soon. But before that, I keep trying to say this. The Olympics was supposed to be our theme today. So I feel so bad. You know why I feel so bad? Because I think I've shared this story so many times. But when I was like a little kid, like literally in the 5th grade, you know the story? Like the cute girls, there was 3 cute girls that like were the popular girls, and they would always dress in these orange and black plaid pajama pants with their Byron Tiger sweatshirt. And like I knew where they got it, whatever. They would wear it every Friday. So I started noticing they wore it every Friday. So I was like, I want to match too. So I made my mom go down to Woods, spend $85 on a full outfit, and I was so excited to wear it on Friday. So we wore it on Friday, everyone matched. All the teachers were like, oh my gosh, you guys look so cute. Like literally we're in 5th grade. Literally the next Friday, I was like so excited to wear it again. I was like, finally I got this uniform, I feel cool or whatever. They changed their day to Wednesday of wearing it. So they couldn't match me anymore. I was devastated. I was like, that is so mean. That's literally the meanest thing ever. So I meant to text you because, okay, we were supposed to do Olympics. I ordered literally $500 worth of Olympic clothes, like crazy, that we'll never get to wear again because, again, USA is only trendy during the Olympics time. We only root for the U.S. then, you know? Otherwise, it's somewhat embarrassing to say USA. So I bought Ralph Lauren USA. I bought the NBC Story USA jacket. I got all the Skims USA stuff. I was super excited. I had this gray shirt. I was going to do a pink wig with it. None of it came in, not the polo. I even got some for Malibu and Elvis because I was like, okay, we're going to do a cute Olympics picture, you know, all this stuff like that. None of it came in. Not one. I obviously would have worn it. And I was like, well, I'll take that. But I'm like, you know, most of the time you don't, like, sometimes you'll do a theme, but, like, who's going to do an Olympics theme? You know what I mean? And then you came in with a full Olympics jacket. This looks like a professional team jacket, which is the United States Postal Service, which is a sleigh. My mom used to work for them for 10 years. They pay well, but it's hard. You know, it's hard out there for a postal worker. My mom used to carry the mail in, like, rough neighborhoods, and dogs would bite them. Crazy stuff would happen. So be nice to your U.S. postal worker. But I love that it's the jacket and the Olympics. Do you know what year this is from?
I have no idea. It's from Goodwill.
I love that.
But
it's so clean. It's so like looks brand new.
It looks vintage.
I
It's
feel
really
like we've
nice.
never worn it. It's I think it's my boyfriend's technically, but you know,
I love that you can share the clothes.
Thank God he like wears oversized because on me it fits like a normal sweater.
No,
on him
it's
it's
great.
probably like swallows him whole. You know,
right,
but...
you're just like teeny tiny in it. Yeah, no, same. That's how it is the opposite though. Moses tries to wear mine and it's like swimming on him.
That's not true.
We used to get
'cause my
XLs.
shoulders are wide.
No,
so
you get the XLs. I get the double XLs and you always wear the XLs.
Yeah, but double XL looks same on me.
Okay, well, it's embarrassing that I even have the same size as my 6
No,
foot
it's my
husband.
shoulders make up for your boobs. That's
Okay.
where we kind of.
We'll say that. That's good. I'm just large. That's it. But I love it. And I love it's the hat Olympics too.
No,
Oh.
it's
Thank you so much to the sponsor of today's episode, Liquid Death. I'm sure you guys have seen these all over social media or maybe in person. It may look like you're cracking open something that's alcoholic or adult beverage, but it's not. It's refreshing mountain spring water, flavored waters, low sugar sodas, or low sugar iced teas. And this flavor right here, the mango chainsaw, is a mango iced tea. When I'm telling you, I've been sipping this the whole episode. It is so delicious and refreshing. I love the cans. The aesthetic is there. It's a vibe. Y'all know I don't drink, so this just makes me feel cool and looks hip. It's a great little thing to put in all your little social posts, just hanging out. But like, what is that drink? And you'll be like, it's Liquid Death. Now, Liquid Death may sound scary, but it's not. It will murder your thirst, and it'll bring death to all the plastic bottles. So it's great. These cans are recyclable, which we love. Save the planet. And cute, aesthetic, and so tasty too. With the low sugar options, you cannot go wrong. This is really the best thing ever because sometimes water can get boring and sometimes you're just like, I want some soda. But soda has just like crazy stuff in it, especially like the diet ones and stuff like that. So it's just like better to have this. Feels just a lot more light and fluffy. And this one is so good. The berry ones are really good. There's like Slaughterberry. There's so many good ones, but the mango chainsaw is my absolute fave. It's just been chilling over here the whole time. You'll see other celebrities drink out of these. I know I see Travis Barker, and I think it's just like such a cool vibe. You can bring them to soccer practices. You can just take them anywhere, and people will be like, what is that? It looks so cool. It's Liquid Death. I just love the name. I love how like jarring it is. It's Liquid Death. You can get free shipping of Liquid Death's mountain water, flavored sparkling, and iced tea 8-packs with Amazon Prime, or grab a can or case at your local 7-Eleven, Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, or on Instacart. Go to liquiddeath.com/Trish and check out all their healthy, infinitely recyclable beverages and find your closest retailer. That's liquiddeath.com/TRISH. Liquiddeath.com/Trish. Thank you, Liquid Death, for sponsoring. We love you guys so much. Tasty, refreshing. Check it out and support the show. Love you guys.
I can't turn around because my hair, but it's like just a random like white and blue hat.
Okay.
And it has, I think it says like creative director on the front.
Ooh.
But I'm like, what do I have that matches? And this was the only one because I didn't feel like doing my hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll just turn it around because I feel like that's sporty. You know,
I
like,
love it. Yeah, you are
sporty
sporty
guy,
bro
I don't know,
today.
Sporty bro.
I know. That's how I feel too. Every day I don't want to do my hair. Like I literally don't wash my hair for weeks. I'm like, let's just do another wig. You know what I mean? And it's so great.
Yes, I really
So
want to
wonderful.
get into wigs. For some reason, like, in my head, I don't know why. All of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, I have to start planning my Halloween outfits.
Same.
And I really want to do a House of the Dragon cosplay. I think I was
Ooh.
inspired because the finale was last night. And I was like, ooh, I really want like a blonde, like Targaryen kind of wig.
5,000 blonde wigs if you want one. We put a short one on today, and he's literally like, you look like some guy from House of Targaryens.
Oh,
and I was like, it was like a
I'll
short
take
blonde.
it. Yeah.
And also very Hamish. Like, there's so many things you can do with a blonde wig. I love that. Yeah, definitely I have to start planning ours too. I have to do family, I have to do couples, I have to do my solo ones, I have to do the podcast ones. And yeah, it's going to be, we're cleaning out an area of our garage so we can build like little sets for each thing because I like really want to do really good ones, especially with Wicked coming out. So you're into a Targaryen. What else?
That's all I have so far. I kind of wanted to do like a Deadpool and Wolverine one. Probably more so Deadpool because he's like fully covered. But I also just like so stressed about like superhero cosplays because they like are so form fitting. So it's like
I think you would slay a Wolverine, the yellow one that everyone made such a big deal about. I went to spoilers. You know me, like I didn't care about Deadpool Wolverine. I'm like, this looks like trash. I don't want to see it. After seeing all the spoilers, I'm like, I need to see this movie. Like it looks so
Really?
funny. Like I love the fourth wall. I love the inside jokes. I love the callback jokes. I love all the songs they use. I went into the lore of how they got the Madonna song and how they had to call her up and how she had notes for it. The Wolverine yellow that he's never worn that before. How Deadpool appeared in Gambit coming. Spoiler alert. I don't know. Just all
And
this
he has
stuff.
the
Like
toddler and a baby, which we have
yeah,
exactly.
we gotta get into that too. Like I want to talk about which Deadpool you are. Like
Kidpool and Baby Pool.
I'm into the lore, and I think you would look really good. Side note on that too is because your ad that you did last week for the company that shouldn't be named, you look so good. Your artists were like humongous. I was like, damn. I guess because like. One, I don't look at people's bodies in general. I just don't because I'm uncomfortable with mine. I don't like to look at people's bodies. But then I was like, I'm like, damn, you're like actually really jacked. Like you look so good. And Wolverine's arms are huge. I think you could actually slay Wolverine so hard. I think you would do such a good cosplay. Would you do the yellow or what would you do?
I would probably do the yellow, yeah.
It's
'Cause that's the
iconic.
most, yeah, it's the most iconic. It's the most fun. I would also really like to do a Gambit cosplay. I almost did
Yeah.
one a couple years ago, but I was worried about it being too hot because it's really thick. Like it's like the coat, the trench coat, the purple underneath.
It
but-
covers you up.
Yeah, it's true.
I love a costume. Like Bridgerton is very like covered up. I was like, I kind of live for that. Like I love that kind of costume. Yeah, no, I didn't know. Well, that's cool. You were trying to be Gambit even before this movie came out. Before it was cool. I went into that lore of how they tried to get the movie made first. So I was like so deep into Deadpool. I think after we did our little thing and I bought all the merch and stuff, I was like. It just popped up on my For You page, and I was like, I love. That's why when I saw all the cameos, can we say spoilers or no? Like you can't say them now.
Now, because they're like Ryan Reynolds, everyone who's in it is posting their
Okay.
photos about it, so now I feel like it's safe.
So like Wesley Snipes was
Yeah.
Blade. Like they're having like all these like Chris Evans. Yeah, because I guess I saw a Comic-Con where they were like all coming out or something like
Yeah.
that. So I saw that they were all doing these superhero cameos, and that's why I once again plugged mine because we had talked about it last week, but I didn't even know like the lore of how all these superheroes and how they get their
Yeah.
movies made, like Gambit. And I was like, okay. Limelight, like Deadpool, even Deadpool was like, we're not gonna do this, like we're not gonna have this made, like whatever, and then he got it made and it became this huge thing. So I really do think Miss Limelight. I'm not gonna, we don't do it in the whole spiel. We did it last week, but I did my little post again, hoping it would go viral, hoping somebody would see it because people were really into it. Some people weren't even born in 2007. You know, that was literally like 18 years ago. So people were just like, oh my god, I didn't know about this. So
Yeah, and the touch of green is kind of brat coded
yes!
too. I thought that. Yeah,
yeah,
the
it's
touch of
very
green in your
like
costume.
trendy. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll
I
do
think
it
your
for you.
only problem is in the show
no.
The Boys. There's a character called Starlight, but I feel like
They-
Starlight and Limelight could be like sisters or something.
Wait,
I don't know.
Maybe they stole it. What year is it? Someone did say that. Maybe a joke, but I was like, they're like, oh, I heard Starlight from The Boys. I'm like, maybe. I don't know what it is and who plays it, but it could be. You never
I
know.
don't know, but the meaning of limelight is so different, so
True.
specific.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm manifested the Limelight. I remember when they came up with the name, someone else came up with the name, like to get me on the show and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't really get it. Especially the Miss part. I felt just too old. I was like 18 and I felt like, oh, they're trying to make me like old. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't love it at the time, but now it's kind of iconic. Even my outfit, I remember there was a superhero named Basura and literally her outfit was made of trash, which I thought was everything. She was so, but she got to be so sexy. They redid her outfit and she got to have her stomach out and her boobs out. And I remember mine. There was another girl who I loved on there named Hygiena, but she was like my age now. She was like 37 at the time, and also, so I was like, we had the same outfit, and I was kind of like offended because I was like 18 and I wanted to be like sexy and stuff, and I was like, why are we wearing the same? And I was like really like thin back then, or thinner, and they put me in like a corset and a dress, and I was like, ugh. Back then I even felt a little fat shamed. I'm like, everyone else gets to be sexy. Even there was one called Whip Snap. She had a crop top. Like everyone got to be sexy, and I just had to wear it a little And the other one was a maid, so it made sense too. The hygienist, she was like a housekeeper. That's what she was. She was like a housekeeper, so her superpowers were cleaning and stuff like that.
What was Limelight's powers?
I don't know.
Like actually,
That's why.
That's what I
Because
got
she didn't
eliminated
know.
for. So literally, I don't know. Like if you watch, I think it's the 4th episode I get eliminated in, and there's like an interview you have with Stan before the elimination, and he was talking to us about our superpowers. He's like, "What are your superpowers?" And it literally, I'm sure they edited it to make me look more stupid, but I'm like, hold on, let me think. And I just like blanked. I like didn't know because someone came up with the character. I didn't know I could just improv. I could have just made shit up, you know what I mean? I think her official powers, because there was like a little pamphlet, like a little PR pamphlet they gave out at Comic-Con. And I think her official powers were like, she spends so much time in the movie theaters, like she has night vision and and like she can take, this was what got me. It was, again, I didn't come up with these. Someone was like, she can take, because she loves movies, she can take any superpower from any movie she watches. But I'm like, then she's infinitely super. You know what I mean? If I could take powers from Superman and Batman and all that, then I'm like, so it kind of didn't really make sense.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, that's a really cool power.
One. Yeah.
She just takes all the powers from
It's kind of a
everybody.
shapeshifter, and it's really cool.
Right. So it was, I guess that was it. I don't know. It was kind of confusing. And because I wasn't involved in the backstory of it. It was a producer on this other show I did called The Greg Barrett Show. And she was like, Roz, I'll never forget her. I love her so much. She like won an Emmy. And I remember like holding the Emmy. But I thought she was so cool. And she really was like a champion for me. And she's like, you got to get on the show. Because people had to like stand in line at Universal Studios. But like they just like let me be on it. Like, I didn't have to, like, audition. They're like, here. Yeah. Yeah. Back in, like, 2007 when I was on one TV show, I was like, yeah, that was really, it was kind of everything. I loved it. It was so much fun. And, yeah, I got paid to be on it. I wish I would have appreciated more. Like I said, I remember thinking, like, superheroes. I was like, oh, my God, they're so nerdy. But everyone on there was so nice because the challenges, too, not to, like, get back into this, but the challenges, basically, we were season 2. So season 1, they would do, like, secret challenges. So, like, we would be out, right? And the challenge was to, like, fix a tire. But, no, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on, go back. Okay, so the challenge would be like a warehouse, right? Someone broke into the warehouse. You have to interview the guy that owns the warehouse. Okay, what did you see? What did you do this? But that wasn't the challenge. What the challenge was is like while you're interviewing and we're waiting for our turn to be interviewed, there'd be other stuff going on around us. So there was like a lost dog poster, and then there was like a dog sitting right there, and someone had to help the lost dog because there was like a lost. So like that was like the challenge, and the other thing was like a guy was trying to change his tire, and you were supposed to go help him. An old lady was crossing the street. You were supposed to go help her.
Oh, wow.
So the ones who really knew season 1, like, knew to look out for it. But here I am just, like, waiting my turn, like, talking to, like, just I was the only one who wasn't helpful. But it was, like, actors. So, like, I guess it should have been more obvious that they had, like, this, like, little old lady in a wig crossing. Like, I don't know. And then the people who did do it, I was like, damn, you guys really knew what's up. And the other thing is, like, superheroes can never reveal their identity. And so everyone knew from season 1, if you say your real name to anybody, like, you'll get eliminated. So here I am, like, my name's Trish. Like, what's your name? Everyone's like, no. So I should have been eliminated for a lot of things. I'm surprised they kept me around 3 episodes. Like, I really didn't deserve to be there. God. But it was fun. And there was different villains each time. Like I said, there was Dr. Dark. We had Bee Sting to do a spelling bee challenge. Like, anyways, it's a good show. I don't know where you can find it. It's on DVD, but everyone was super nice because they're all trying to be heroic. You know, everyone has to be a superhero. So it's all about being nice to each other and everything. And it was great, and I'm still hoping to get. I think the winner of the first season got his own movie on Sci-Fi. It was called
that's cool.
Feedback or something. Yeah, and I think the second winner got like a cameo in another Sci-Fi movie or something. But yeah, I think the winner did get his like original movie or something.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it was great, and it made me feel nostalgic. And I like when people think I'm cool on the internet. They're like, "Wow, the Trish lore," and I'm like, sometimes forget about it too. But because it's making comeback superheroes, I'm into it. But anyways, Deadpool. Which Deadpool would you be?
Maybe the Matthew McConaughey, like, cowboy Deadpool. I do like a cowboy hat.
Oh, okay. But what would, like, if they went to Oscar and, like, which Deadpool do you want to be? Like, you can create your own.
Up one?
Like, there was Welsh Pool.
Gay pool.
Is there no gay pool?
Not technically. I mean, Deadpool is like queer, but there should be like an outright gay pool. Yeah.
I love that. Not to go back to superhero, but my favorite superhero that I was in every picture with he was like the first like outwardly gay superhero on TV. His name was Parthenon. I don't think there was like a gay superhero on TV then. This was 2007, so I remember it was like a big deal, and I loved him. But I always just magnetized to gays. You know what I mean? I just really always liked them. Even back then, even before I was like, oh, I want to be a gay icon. I just always was like, I like this guy. You know, I always felt safe with that guy, you know. Anyways, Gable would be great. What would I guess they all had like, you know, like Lady Pool had a ponytail, Welsh Pool had a Welsh shirt. What would you have on?
A jockstrap. No, I don't know.
That's cute. Like a rainbow one?
Like outside of the red jumpsuit would be like a little jock. That actually would be kind of slay.
Yeah, that would be slay.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
That would be cute. I'm
Love
going with that.
Gay Pool. Mm-hmm. What would you be? Which Deadpool would you be? Don't even say water pool.
But
Your
that's all
adjective
it
for
is.
everything. Okay, but how would you portray that as Deadpool? Like, you know, like Matthew kind of had a cowboy
It's
hat.
kind of like in the. You remember the movie the Abyss? Like the water comes out of the pool. I'm just clear. I'm a Deadpool, but I'm clear. I look like a body of water.
But in the Deadpool costume, so it'd be like you're sweating, like it's like water coming out.
I'm kind of like liquid death. You know.
Okay. I like it. There's something there. Maybe you're the Deadpool who just always has to be in water like a fish, you know? You just always have to be in a
Like the
pool.
Aquaman version of
Yeah.
Deadpool.
That's cute. I like that. I actually didn't even think about this for myself, truly. I was like preparing to ask this and I was like, I don't know what Deadpool I would be.
You'll be a pink one. A pink.
Right.
pool.
A pink pool. How would I portray that?
Or
Just like a pink.
bedazzled, like bedazzled. too.
Yeah. That's true.
There
Bling
is
pool.
kind of a pink. Well, she's not technically a Deadpool, but you would actually slay the cosplay because she's blonde.
Ooh.
She's Gwenpool. No relation to Deadpool, just in name, I guess.
Who's Gwenpool?
She is a Spider-Man. You don't remember Emma Stone's character in
Yes.
the Andrew Garfield one?
Well, no, I
Gwen
never saw it, but-
Stacy.
yeah.
So she's like a version of Gwen Stacy, who's a superhero.
And her name's Gwenpool?
Yeah, but not a Deadpool.
Does she look like Spider-Man?
No, she looks like a Deadpool, but she's pink. But no relation to Deadpool.
Why do I feel like
how
I've
to
seen
explain-
this? I've seen like a pink, sparkly Spider-Man, but I don't know if that's like an AI.
That's a Gwen Stacy's. That's another version. Spider-Gwen.
Oh, into like a pink spider.
Man.
Man.
Yes, yeah.
I did see that. I like saved it as a Halloween costume. I think even for last year because I didn't know what it was. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's kind of a sleigh. I have to watch it. I have to get in the lore. Is there a movie about it or just?
No, just a comic book.
And she's pink.
Yeah, and I really like her outfit.
I love a pink. I love a pink superhero.
It's
yeah.
pink and white. Oh, it's very this
Oh
actually.
yeah. This is very. I'm telling you, we're almost done with the Politician, but we're watching the Politician, and like I feel like they all dress like this, like the characters on the show. Lucy Boynton looks like this. It's very good. You have to watch it again. It's just I know you haven't watched it yet, but it's so good. It makes me so happy. I love Ben Platt. I'll be pink pool, I guess. I don't know. There should be something better. There was a superhero on the first season of Who Wants to Be Super. Her name was Fat Mama, and she had a pink latex corset, and she was so
Oh.
fierce. Do you remember her?
That was my friend's mom, I think.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Wait, let me
She would
look
eat
it up.
donuts. It was everything. Her like thing. I forgot what her tagline was. She was fierce. She was at all the conventions.
Yes, Addison. That's my friend
No.
Alexis's mom.
No way. How do you know their daughter?
I
School?
forgot how I met her. We did go to the same college. I think we had mutual friends at first, and then we were like, "Oh, we go to the same school."
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, her mom is Fat Mama. She used to go to Comic-Con with her all the time. Because,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my! I probably would have met her. I have some pictures with Fat Mama. I'm reminding me to put in the albums because she would be at a lot of them, and she was like runner-up. I think of the first season. She was everything, and I remember being like, "Yes, I want to be this superhero." And she was in the pink, and she would always have like a donut in her hand, and I was like, "Oh, that's a fierce one." It was great. Oh my god, yeah, she was wonderful. Oh my god, I hope Fat Mama maybe she'll come on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure
that
she
would be
would.
everything. Get in touch with her. Are you still friends with her?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I would love that. I loved her. She was always really nice. We weren't on the same season, but I remember at Comic-Con she was super cool. I love the superhero world. Everyone just like loving each other. Who was your favorite cameo in it?
In Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah.
I really like Daphne Keane, who plays X-23. I'm like an X-Men girl. Like, I
okay.
grew up with X-Men because, I mean, a whole analogy is for, like, minorities. Like, they're a metaphor for, like, gay people and minorities.
Oh, I
and-
didn't know.
Yeah, because they're, like, persecuted just for being different. So I loved X-Men growing up.
It's very Greatest Showman too.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems like the same storyline, which we love. Yeah. That's cute. And then he became a circus leader. Like Wolverine
it
was
is
like,
kind
I'm
of
gonna,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
He's the same person, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
I love him, by the way. Now I'm on the Hugh Jackman bandwagon. I'm obsessed with him. He seems so nice.
Yeah, he does seem nice. He's very committed to his
Yes.
Wolverine role.
Yeah. I just love him. He seems fun, and so does Ryan Reynolds. I take it back. I love them so much, but they seem so great. Okay, but sorry to interrupt because I loved your story about the X-Men.
So I've always loved X-Men. I love X-23 because obviously she's like a fierce girl. I also like Jennifer Garner's Elektra. I never really got into her
too.
like her movie, but I do like the character, and she looked good and fierce. So
And the jokes, I watch all the spoilers.
I love how you just went straight for the spoilers.
That makes me want to watch a movie so bad. Like I didn't care last night. I'm like I want to watch it, but I did love. What do they say? Like something I started to hear about Daredevil, and she goes, "Oh, it doesn't matter. Like I don't
Yeah.
care." I was like, "Okay, fierce." Like I love little like inside jokes like that. I think it's like so niche. The Bye 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 too. Did you know that callback?
Because it's in the X-Men.
Yeah, and how he
movie.
hates the song.
Yeah.
and then that's the one he like danced on his grave with or
Yeah,
something.
I think because Wolverine took Cyclops' car in I think it was X2, and Bye 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 was playing.
I love that you know this. You're so smart. I was like deep diving. I'm like, oh, I bet Oscar doesn't know this. You're like, oh no, I know. Damn, I was watching so many TikToks on it. I should watch X-Men then. Is that the one with the blue women?
Yes, Mystique. Rebecca Romaine's Mystique.
I always thought that was sexy. Jennifer Lawrence was her too, right? Or no?
She was in the kind of like reboot-ish X-Men First Class and
Same
Future Past.
costume.
Yeah, but then she didn't like being like painted blue, so then they put her in a costume towards the end, and then she got over it really fast, and you could tell she started like, because then Hunger Games happened, then she was too famous, and she was really like over being painted blue, and they just like, she wanted to get out of the movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, whatever she's comfortable with, but was Rebecca Romaine naked?
I don't know if she was like fully naked. I think her whole body was painted blue though. Obviously, like I'm sure parts were covered and they painted over it, but she was like really painted.
Yeah, so I think in Wizard of Oz, I think it was the witch, or maybe it was the Tin Man. The first one got like really sick and like almost died and had to like bow out of it because they were painting him entirely silver.
Oh.
And I think it was like aluminum in the paint or something
So
poisonous.
getting into his blood or
yeah,
lungs
literally.
Yeah.
And so they had to find a new Tin Man, and then they just painted only like his face and like did more of the costume or something. Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy, but I would love to be painted blue. That'd be cool. That'd be so fierce. I wonder if they would have like a fat version of that. They need a fat superhero. Fat Mama, I guess. You know what I mean? That's literally in her name. That's cool. I'd be Fat Pool. Then I could just eat all the time.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
And then my thing would just be fat. That's it.
Although have you seen like Peter Pool? I don't know if his last name is Pool, but Peter and I don't know if you saw that in Deadpool yet. Oh, it's like he is kind of like dad bod, I guess, and he has like a big like bulge or something. I don't know, but
like that was part of the movie, or someone just noticed that.
No, like they show it, like they zoom in on it.
Oh,
but anyway,
and Deadpool's into
like,
it.
Yeah,
He's
I was like, oh yeah.
What was the plot for that character?
He's like Deadpool's friend in like every universe. Like everyone knows Peter because he's Peter.
Who plays him?
I forget his name.
Peter.
I think
like
it's someone though.
Maybe was that like the part of the joke? Peter, like his Peter is big.
Oh, Rob Delaney. But yeah, I'm sure your joke was.
Oh, Rob Delaney's in everything. That guy is really everywhere. Good for him. I like him. He's funny. Did you stay for the ending, the credits?
Yes, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
so did you get emotional over all the?
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, I grew up with like X-Men movies. Like literally, I remember I didn't see the first one in theaters. I saw X2 in theaters, and that was 2003, I think. And then I remember the third X-Men movie. I graduated 8th grade, and it was like the month I graduated, so I remember seeing that with my dad. Like I just have like memories of seeing like all the movies. So I was like, oh my god, my whole childhood.
With the Green Day song playing,
emotional, which was also in my 8th grade like slideshow for graduation. They put all our photos. I remember that song specifically.
Yeah, us too. I think we were like, maybe ours was like high school graduation or something. Some graduation was that song.
It's such a graduation song vibe.
Yeah, I think it was even like 10 years before I graduated that it came out. Like I think it was just that. You know what was really popular? I do remember this. I think it was our middle school graduation. There was Vitamin C's graduation.
Yes,
do you remember?
As we go on, we remember all the times we shared together. And I loved her orange hair. It was very iconic.
Oh,
yeah.
she was, her and who's the one from Paramore? I liked her too.
Oh, Hayley Williams?
Yeah. They were kind of cool. I was kind of like, they're kind of everything. I really like them a lot. Mm-hmm. They were the girls. Do you remember that song?
No.
Really?
Which one? The first one.
The
I remember.
graduation, the Green Day one.
The Green Day, yes.
Can you sing it?
What? Does it remind me of Friends or something?
I guess it kind of.
Did they use that in their like ending of the season or something?
Yeah.
Like of the
Really?
show
I
or
never watched
something?
Friends. I don't know.
Time of your life.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Love that. They're still going, Green Day. I just saw literally a clip of them on TikTok performing something, and they're still playing, and they're still being Green Day. Yeah. Like they changed from the lyrics. I think it was the Idiot America, and they're like, "Don't want to be part of a mega agenda." I was like, "Wow, look at them updating their lyrics." And they're like, again, not age shaming. It's a blessing to get old, but they're like literally like 60, just like rocking out on stage. I was like, I kind of like live. That's kind of tea. But you know, they must have like kids that are grown and stuff now, and they're still just like punk rock, like blah, blah, blah. You know, it's kind of like seeing like Travis and like the Blink-182. Like again, I love them, but it is so crazy to see them like old, you know, older. Because they were just so young and punk, and they were the rebellion for the youth. And now it's like their dads. Like, I don't know. It's so weird to see that. Like Green Day too, they were so punk, and you're like, yeah. And they were the voice of a generation. Now it's like they're 5 generations removed. I don't know. I'm in support of it. I'm getting old too, and it's a blessing.
Yeah,
And
you'll
we
be
love
in the
to see-
same sad boy songs, 20 years from now.
Yeah, they might make a comeback for sure. Kudos to them. Rolling Stones still play. I mean, all these people still play, and I'm just like, damn. I guess because I don't remember Rolling Stones, I do remember like Green Day vividly and Blink-182 vividly, and you just remember them being like young, cool kids. So you're just like to me, the Rolling Stones were always old. Like you just always think of them as being old, because that was like way before us. So I'm like, oh, they're just old people performing.
They're still old, yeah.
But then to see someone age and get old, you're like, but women don't. You see like Madonna and stuff like that. Granted, she like looks older, and people can say whatever about her looks, but it's like they kind of stay in like fierce shape. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Dolly,
yeah, she's
Cher.
still they wear like similar outfits. Like, for some reason the most iconic Madonna music video I remember is always like 4 minutes, where she wears like the pink dancing leotard. I think or no, Hung Up is what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah. Hung up, I wanna custom
Yes,
you.
and like I don't know, she still wears like similar like dance outfits.
Oh.
Still, so to me it's just still like the same. I don't know.
Cher too. She wears a thong for Turn Back Time at like 75 years old. Dolly was in a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader's outfit. I'm just like, they don't age. Like, obviously all the pop stars we love, like Katy Perry is still out there, like Britney Spears, like they're all out there still looking so freaking good.
Yeah.
Like it's actually insane how women are expected to keep themselves up, but they look good and I love it. Old men can just get old, like Johnny Depp. Like I saw him the other day. I was like, damn, he used to be so hot, right? Like I don't know what happened, and like I guess some people just don't age as well, but he was looking rough, and he used to be so. God, I was obsessed with Johnny Depp. I thought he was just the hottest thing on the planet, and it's like, what happened?
Drugs. I was thinking of like, because I saw Trap. That's a good transition, but I saw Trap, and Josh Hartnett still looks so good.
Oh.
I was like, oh my god, like this is actually crazy how good he still looks.
I never thought he was hot when he was young. I remember thinking like he's not hot, and now I saw him in interviews. I was like, that guy is so good looking.
Yeah, his hair is like the exact same. Like he has. I saw like photos of him through the years, and he still has this one like little wisp of hair that like just goes over his forehead so perfectly. And, like throughout all these like eras, I was like, oh my god.
What's
like,
he known for?
That is a good question. For some reason, I've always known his name, but I haven't known his
Me too.
work.
It's on Dawson's Creek, right?
Let me
I never
see.
watched that show. Like, what is he like? What's the Josh Hartnett American Pie? Like,
he's actually been in some big movies. Like he was in the Black Dahlia.
No, I didn't see it.
The Virgin Suicides. I've never seen any of these either. Black
Me
Hawk
either.
Down, never saw that.
No.
But I know that they're big.
They're
'cause I've heard
big,
of them. Pearl Harbor, never seen it, but I know it's big.
Yeah, same.
Sin City. Have you seen Sin City?
I
feel
love
like
Sin
that was a
City.
You movie.
Oh, I loved it because it was Robert Rodriguez. But like, what character did he play?
I have no idea.
It doesn't say.
Let me see.
You don't have to look it up.
Oh.
I loved it. Jessica Alba in that movie. Oh my god, she was like this like exotic
Yes.
dancer. She was so hot. I loved Mickey Rourke. I loved Sin City. I wanted to be in that so bad.
Halloween? He was in the Halloween
Yeah, he's in like
movie?
all these huge movies.
Wow.
I guess he's
Okay,
just been
work.
around.
Yeah.
Is he married?
I think so. Yeah, he is married because I saw an article talking about like the secret to making his marriage last or something.
Oh, I love that.
But yeah, he hasn't been anything in a minute. I guess he had a small role in Oppenheimer.
Oh.
I guess everyone was kind of low key in Oppenheimer. Josh
Literally.
Peck.
I know.
Yeah.
Was there any...
Josh Hartnett.
Everybody in it. I would be in the second one if they asked me. If there was a Oppenheimer 2.
Oppenheimer 2.
I'd love to be in it.
I would love to see you in like a historical period piece, like a serious
love.
like.
Would love. One day. It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. I would die to be in one of those. That'd be everything.
It's so funny. But with Trap, like, okay, M. Night Shyamalan, I don't know how many people are actually fans or if anyone cares, but I think it's interesting because he has had some hits. Like, he had Signs,
Yes.
he had, like, The Sixth Sense.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen those ones. I've only seen his unserious ones, like Old.
We talk about Old.
Yes.
I love Old. I watched on the way to our honeymoon. I love that movie. I love M. Night Shyamalan because they're just so weird. The movies
They're
are so
campy,
weird,
they're
camp,
odd.
twisty.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I remember at the end, spoiler alert of Sixth Sense, they see dead people. Bruce Willis was dead the whole time. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, like those were the movies. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
I heard there was no twist though with this one.
Yeah, with Trap, I'll keep it spoiler free because the hook I think is enough. The hook with the trailer is that Josh Hartnett is a serial killer. He takes his daughter to a concert. That's kind of like a Taylor Swift Eras Tour vibe.
Love that.
But it turned out to be a trap set by the FBI to catch a serial killer who is him. He is he. The butcher. He is the butcher.
The Butcher's the name.
Yeah.
I love the game. I saw a TikTok that's like all they know is that he's a man. And
Yes,
I'm like,
and they
what?
stop every man at the concert. I guess it's a good. I mean, there's like not a lot of men there, so they can, I don't know, have the time to stop
But
every
what were they
single
going to
one,
find?
but-
Because I know the whole thing was him trying to get out of the concert. But I'm like, okay, but if they stopped him, what were they going to find?
That's actually a
The
good
murder
question.
weapon?
That's a good question. We never really know.
Oh.
But the whole thing is too, like, okay, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter plays the pop star.
Fierce, love her.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's also they show so much of her performing. Like it's almost like the first half is like concert movie because it's all like his daughter performing. First of all, very good singing.
Yeah, and they said it was for that reason, that it was like a vehicle to promote her music. Yeah, because she is a singer and she is like a musician.
I didn't know that going into it, but I was like, this is I mean, I admire her taking the Nepo baby discourse, like, and putting pedal to the metal and going all in. I almost have to respect it because it's so absurd. Like,
I love it.
Coming up with the whole hook for a movie around, like, putting your daughter as, like, a pop star.
I think you should. You totally should.
I literally left the movie and I was like, my boyfriend was so mad because he like hated it.
Wait, what? You left the movie?
No, I mean like at the end. I saw yeah, of course I saw the whole thing. Out. No, my boyfriend hated it. It was so ridiculous. I would look at him whenever anything bad happened. He just looked like so upset. But I left and I had the time of my life in it. And I was like, this is like a Just Trish production. Like I could totally see you because you would 100% like if Malibu was older and she wanted to play like be a pop star, like you would write and produce the movie
1,000%.
Of her being the pop star.
I'll do it next year when she can sing.
And my Shyamalan had a cameo in the movie too. I was like, Trish would definitely put herself in the movie.
1,000%. When people say that, when they get annoyed, like Quentin Tarantino does it too, it's like, why wouldn't you do that? My Uncle Dan, who directed all the productions, was Daddy Warbucks. Was he the voice of the plant in Little Shop? He was every single character he could be. And like, why wouldn't you do that?
Oh my God.
You know?
I would totally see you like doing this. Like,
absolutely.
Pulling this off for a Just Trish
It's like
production.
in The Politician when like suddenly they found ways for Ben Platt to sing. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's playing a politician. Suddenly they found a way for him to sing.
He sings in a lot of episodes, which is giving us extra gold. I love it so much. I love that we're talking about a show from 2020, but it's like, it's so good. Bette Midler's in it. It's really a sleigh all the way. Yeah, Ben Platt does sing. But like, it's Ben Platt. Like, why would you not sing? And then
that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they wrote it in to give him that moment.
Yeah, I love I love him. I could be an M. Night Shyamalan movie for sure.
Oh, 100%
Yeah.
you could be an M. Night Shyamalan movie. And the whole time, too, I realized my new dream is being an extra in a movie because they, like, are obviously in this concert and it's all, like, like, I think in a lot of movies they digitally scan, like, people as extras, but I guess in Trap, they, like, actually used actors and extras in this and they're all, like, singing along and, like, really living as if she's the biggest pop star in the world. And I was like, I would eat, like, I would, like, be a scene stealer as an extra.
Can you do
100%.
it now?
Well, I don't remember her songs, but like that.
I don't know.
I would totally like. I don't know this but like, Lady Raven song. I don't know any of her songs.
Is that her name?
That's her name. Yeah.
Love Fierce. It's kind of like a drag queen. I like it. Like Raven. I love it. Yes, Lady Raven.
She was supposed to be the Taylor Swift. To me, she was giving more Ariana Grande vibes. Like I don't know. Like she was more like sexy. I don't know.
I can see you because didn't you say at the Eras you were kind of giving extra energy when you would see the camera? You were like turning it on.
Yes, I was like really. Every time I would see a camera, I would like fall to my knees. A friendship bracelet. Oh my God! And like Reputation. Because I was cosplaying as Reputation. I was like trying to like stand out in the aisle. There was these 4 girls like in between me and the aisle, but I would try to like scooch over to get in the aisle shot. I was really trying because now it's my full dream. I think disaster movie is probably my number 1 extra I want to be in because I want to like scream. I want to like be in peril.
Run.
But I would take anything really, like a comedy.
I always think that
movie.
when I watch TV, we always think that I'm like I could be in British. I could be that. I would love that too. I used to do extra. Did you ever do extra work? Did we talk about this?
No, I've never done it.
Really? We could go to Central Casting right now and do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? It was so cool when I found out about extra work. Like it was cool until it wasn't cool because back in the day, I'm sure it's so different now. But back in the day, you could like literally work 15 hours and they like would not let you pee. They really kind of treated you like. Back in the day, maybe it's totally different now, but back then they would literally just be like, you can't move, you can't like leave, like don't talk. Everything was just like insane, and then you would get paid like $8 an hour or something if you were non-union. I'm sure it's up now, but I remember you get like $100 for the day. But it was cool, like if you worked on like certain things. I did like every TV show. There was Dirt with Courtney Cox, like 2.5 Men. Like I was like on all those shows, and it was cool because you could see the celebrities. And I always thought, I think I heard. Someone got discovered by being in background. Was it like Kevin Bacon or something?
Oh, wow.
Supposedly, allegedly, I don't know. And then, so I always thought, oh, they're going to like notice me, you know, so you wanted to be the extra. There was one extra, I can't think of what it's from. It's from TikTok. Did you ever see the one where the guy's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What is that movie?
Is it I think it's a commercial.
A commercial?
I think it's a commercial.
All the crowd's like, yeah, hi.
And this one guy's like, he's kind of sleek and he's just like, looking at the camera and he's like
he said everyone is like this extra's giving and he kind of looks like Zach Morris a little bit from Saved by the Bell. So it's like this 80s scene. I don't know what it's from, but it's all over my TikTok and it's like this extra 8. And we notice that now with extras in general. Like I guess politicians.
We do when we watch movies, we watch the extras more than we watch the actual actors.
They're giving.
We
extras.
always watch them because they're like, you know, like they can't talk loud, so they talk louder with You know,
But I also love.
they acted out. We just noticed the extras so much.
Or when they're behind them in a scene and then they like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're so good and so dedicated. And I never was dedicated because I always felt ridiculous.
We
But
see a scene with a lot of extras. Like, we could have been there, you know, like
Yeah.
in a wedding or something as a
Yeah,
guest.
it's very
you know.
me right now.
Bridgerton running for sure. Yeah, I think that's totally doable. I think it's very easy. I think you could just literally get on central casting, but I would 100% take being an extra. I just like being on sets. I think it's fun. It's like a fantasy world. It's like an escape. Like again, I haven't been on a set in like 15 years except for the Katy Perry video. But even that, you feel like you're in this like fantasy world, and it just feels like I don't know, like you're not in the real world, and it's kind of nice to get out of the real world for a minute, you know?
Yeah, and I saw on House of the Dragon yesterday a YouTuber was cast in like one of these big roles, Philosophy Tube. You heard of Philosophy Tube?
No, that's the YouTuber.
Yes. And she's playing this like pretty big role, I guess, in House of the Dragon. So I'm like, now I really do see it for you. I see the pipeline. Like if Philosophy Tube can play like this lesbian pirate in House of the Dragon, like I think
I want to
you
be a
can get
lesbian
role.
pilot. What makes her a lesbian on the show? Like
She has lesbian wives, and she asks
wives. Who
Yes,
I love.
I think she has like multiple wives because she asked this one. I can't even spoil it because I don't really understand what happened, but she asked someone to impregnate her wives.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Did they do it? Spoiler.
It's off camera, so I have no idea.
Oh
but,
my God, that's
yeah.
everything. I love it. I definitely would love to be like a lesbian princess in something. I think that would be totally the role. Lesbians are so hot right now. I think that's where it's got to be. I think I would do good. Because in The Politician, there's like a lesbian relationship. I was like, oh, I could. Actually, there's a couple of lesbian relationships in that show. I could be one of those for sure. It's very fun. There's a lot of threesomes in that one too. Ben Platt has like a threesome with these two girls, and I'm like, there's so many Actually, there's two boys and the girl that Ben Platt's in, and then he's in one with two girls and the girl by him. It's very threesomes are in right now. Actually, that's the whole plot of it. Is the older lady she's in a throuple. She's in a throuple, and he threatens to expose it. So then he becomes in a throuple. God, throuples really have been thriving for a long time, I guess. I don't know. But it's really great because the woman's like older. She's like 70 or 60 in the show, and she has like two husbands or whatever. I'm like, it's kind of a slice. I kind of love it. I love a little throuple action. Not in real life, never. But I like watching it on screen, you know? It's kind of fantastical. I think easily you could do it literally tomorrow if you wanted to. But you don't have time.
But I also wanted to be like a big one. I don't know, because I was also like thinking like I don't know. I'd want to do like Avengers or something, and it can be like, oh, I was in Avengers.
Yeah.
And then shoot to me like as a little extra running around from.
I think you.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. Oh, you want to be like a featured extra.
Just like in the background, but like you see me, you know what I mean?
As
Like
featured, for sure.
I could pause and have a screenshot, and it's me like
Yeah.
running Robert Downey Jr. trying to kill me, and I'm like, you know,
Yeah,
playing.
that's the best. If you can get the screenshot. I think the one has video, you just see me from like the back crossing her. But I still screenshot it all the time. I think there's one where I'm like a hooker and I'm standing there. But still, you screenshot that shit.
That's all you need
know?
is just that one screenshot.
Because sometimes you're an extra and you don't get to see yourself. Like, I don't think I ever saw myself. And I think it was Get Him to the Greek. Or was there like a sequel to that movie? Or no, maybe it was Get Him to the Greek. And I was in that. You never saw the Alvin and the Chipmunks. I never saw myself. Like there was so many.
Alvin and the
Yeah, I was like in like the theater. Like there's like
Watching the Chipmunks.
Yeah, there was like a stage or something.
everything.
Yeah, there was something in that one.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Did you get to watch them perform like their concert?
No, there's nothing happening. Like you're just cheering. Like
They don't play music or anything.
They play music,
Okay.
and then you're like pumping. I was telling Moses this too. We're watching. Oh, what is that from? Yeah, that kid. You never saw that kid from the extra?
No.
What does it say? What it's from?
Let's see.
I love that guy.
I love that you found it. I was like, there's no way we're gonna be able to find it for
Oh, it's
Jimmy.
everywhere.
But the way that he like gets himself ready
Watch.
for the role.
Yeah, you gotta like show him like up close because it's so good. I want to know what that's from. I feel like it's from a TV show that's popular. Do you see?
Oh yeah, it kind of looks like a Teen Beach movie or something.
Right.
Like a Disney.
Why is he so extra? I love it.
I live for that. That would be the kind of energy I bring to the extra
Yeah.
set for sure.
You could. I think I would bring you down if we were extras together because I get embarrassed. Like I get super embarrassed. I don't know why. It's like acting everyone's being dumb,
You
but
should cosplay him. I mean that.
cosplay.
Good cosplay, yeah.
He has a very specific wig, like a hairstyle and jacket.
Yeah, he does look fierce. That guy was giving everything. I do love extras that commit to it because it's not like a glamorous job. You're sitting around all day. You don't get to be the lead and stuff. But there's some people who are just professional extras, like their whole life. Like I remember I'd be on set with people who did it for like 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, and I guess it's cool. I don't think you can like make a living like off of it, but I think it'd be cool to be fun. But I'm with you. I'd want to do something big too, like M. Night Shyamalan. Well, it could be the next one. He doesn't come out with movies very often, though.
No,
huh?
I feel like
every
he comes
few
out with
years.
one every year. Maybe he came out with one last year.
What
There was
one?
Knock at the Cabin last year.
Oh, never heard.
And then Old was before that. I think they're every year. Trap this year. His daughter also came out with one a couple months ago that he produced.
Oh.
So I think he's doing them pretty often. I'm sure he's like a quick turnaround. They seem pretty easy to make. No offense. I didn't want to like drag the movie. In my head, this is so.
No, don't
I
drag
have
it.
No,
We're trying to get
I know.
past
First of all,
it.
I'm trying to get in it. B, I was like, I feel like his daughter would watch Just Trish.
Oh,
And,
shout out.
Yeah, like,
We
I
love
forget
you.
her name.
I forget her name too. She's actually so fierce though, because I saw it on TikTok and I was like, I live for this girl.
Salika Shyamalan. Yes,
Great name.
Such a good name.
Salika
Yeah, it's a good like
Shyamalan, yes.
artist name.
Definitely.
Salika. She can just go.
The alliteration is good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For some reason, I just see her watching the show. So Salika, you were great in the movie. Loved your work. She wrote all the music herself for the movie.
Yeah, I think she's like really a
She's a
musician.
really good singer, yeah.
Yeah, I live for it. We love you. You stole the show. The only reason I want to see it is because of you, and I mean that for sure. And Josh Hartnett's kind
I
of
was
hot too.
gonna say,
Yeah, but she did look good. Like the scenes I saw was him like threatening her backstage, like you're gonna get us this info, like what I'm gonna. I also didn't understand. Maybe this is a spoiler, maybe not. But he's like, I have this person in the basement, and he's gonna die unless you come with me. Why would she care? I'd be like, whatever.
That's what I
you
was
know,
saying,
like
too.
it's not like it was her sister or something.
Yes,
I was
that's
like,
what I was saying too. I was like,
okay.
I would be like, okay, I don't know that man.
Security, like, get this guy.
I'm like, at least. This is also in the trailer. I don't know how deep the spoiler is because the trailer shows like the whole film basically. But yeah, I was like, wouldn't you rather get the serial killer and then like I don't know one guy
Yeah.
versus maybe saving a dozen other people? In the
No,
future?
for sure. Be like, there's security everywhere. Like, just literally be like, this is the guy. Like, it didn't make any sense.
It's wild. It makes no sense, but I live. It was
Yeah.
so like it was just a bonkers movie.
Yeah.
And I had so much fun watching it.
Oh my.
was
Okay,
a
that's
lot
good.
of fun,
I mean,
yeah.
that's why people go to the movies,
So
right?
we come to this place for magic.
So good. Your description was so good on that too. God, your description's really. I'm telling you, that is where you shine. I think you could charge people so much money, like millions of dollars, to write captions for people. You're so good. I'm being so serious. Of all the things, you're very impressive in so many ways, but that's your most impressive thing. I'm always like, wow. It's funny. It makes me like laugh out loud when I read them, which nothing makes me laugh out loud. And I'm like, this is funny.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
They make me so happy. You're really good at it. You're a really good writer. That is where you shine. We
Oh
didn't
my
get to any
God.
hot topics, but we love all of those. I know. I really want to see a movie. The movie theater food made me excited to go see a movie, and then there was nothing. Probably the next one we'll see is Beetlejuice, and then probably Wicked.
And
But
Beetlejuice is soon. Like
It's
this is
the
like a
6th.
month away, right? Yeah.
September 6th. I know. I'm super excited about it. The
I don't
buckets
see
look
pretty
great.
much anything. Blake Lively has a movie coming out that looks kind of bad, but I'll probably still see it. And then there's another Jamie Lee Curtis is in a movie I'll go see.
Which one? I love
It's
her.
called Borderlands. It's based on a video game that I've never played. But
Why does it sound so? Is Eli Roth doing it?
maybe actually I think yes.
Okay.
I think yes.
I only know like movies unless I like hear. Yeah, I think he is doing it.
Yes,
That's
he is.
Good
That
for
is
him.
so
How
funny.
is he directing these big movies? Like it's so random. You never hear anything about him, and then all of a sudden he's
You
doing
could
like huge
have
ones.
easily played Kate Blanchett's character
Yes,
in
easily.
Borderlands. Yeah, because you cut like that. She's has like a blonde like lob right now.
Lob or
Is
Bob?
that longer bob?
Oh, I love that. A
Is
lob.
that what? Did I use it right?
I don't know if that's a real
Oh.
word, but I love it. I've never heard of a lob.
In this photo on the cast, she has like a longer like not in between like bob and longer hair.
Ooh.
Lob, I guess. And it's like your same color right now.
Right now?
Yes.
Oh God, Cassidy.
So I could totally have seen you play Lilith
And
instead of Kate Blanchett.
I feel like me and Eli have always had a good connection when I was like 18. He was always so cool to me and so nice. And I felt like I'll be casted easily. Like, you know, like I know him, he knows me, like, you know, man. I think he might hate me now because it's like, how come I've never been casted? I've known him for so long. I've known his best friends, my best friend. Like, we've just crossed paths so many times. I don't understand. Like, he's the reason I met Quentin Tarantino for the first time. Like, I remember it so vividly when I was 18. I remember going to the movie theater. He knew me from MySpace. He, like, literally grabbed my hand. He's like, let's go and, like, introduce you to Quentin. And I was just like, oh my, I was in a picture. I always say this. I don't know where that picture is, but if you have it, let me know. Someone took this, like, picture on a professional camera. And it's me, Quentin Tarantino, Eli Roth. I'm 18 years old. I just moved to Hollywood. And I'm, like, so excited about it. It was, like, made my whole life. And it was because of Eli. And he was never creepy, never pervy, nothing. He's always been so freaking cool. And he's always supportive. He always, like, reposted my stuff. He was always nice. And I don't know what happened. I guess he's a big-time director now and, like, doesn't have time for me. But we used to be cool. I wouldn't say we were friends, but we were cool. And he knows that I'm a talented actress, so I don't understand.
See, I feel like you have to go back to your series that you and Moses did where you just, like your Darmon spin-off series or
Ooh,
whatever.
yeah.
Because now you have more eyes on you and people will really
Okay.
see your acting chops, you know?
I think
like
you might be
maybe
right.
your that series sponsors an episode of Just Trish and instead of an ad read, you just play a clip of...
Ooh, okay. you're onto something. Can I say, we were talking to someone. You were so onto him. Basically, we need like a producer. So if you're out there, send me your resumes. You would be perfect for this because you used to do this for Joy, but you're too busy. But we talked to someone that like can like do all this stuff, and you like pay them. Like I guess they wanted like a percentage. I don't know, whatever. They wanted like a percentage, but I'd rather just like pay someone to do it. But basically, like creating like a series of like all the things I love, like cosplay. So like you do like a whole Bridgerton recreation, but like you said, kind of like a fun, campy like Darmon version of it or whatever. And I was like, yes, then we can show our acting skills. So we've been talking about this, but we need a producer to get like the sets around, the camera, the micro, because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And we don't really have the time for it, but I can write the scripts. I wrote all the Trish Talks. Go check them out. They're still on this channel to this day. And I thought they were kind of fierce. We had lessons in each of them. Moses was the only other actor in it. But if you're down to be, if you want to be an extra, you can clap, you can run, whatever you want to do. I think that would be so much fun. And I would love to dedicate like a day to just like doing something fun like that because I love acting. And you're right, I should just produce it myself and let people see. But I've done 2 short horror films and no one cast me from that. And they were heavily produced. They were like $100,000 each. Shane was in one of them. Richard Grieco starred in it with me. Do you know Richard Grieco?
No.
He's from the original 21 Jump Street. And he was in Night at the Roxbury, and he's an icon. He was basically, him and Johnny Depp were like the stars of 21 Jump Street.
Wow.
And he was like a young, hot, like, he was in a bunch of Lifetime movies. I was obsessed with Richard Grieco. And in Night at the Roxbury, they're like, Richard Grieco, king of 21 Jump Street, and he like, gets him to the club. Anyways, he's a phenomenal, and he was like the killer. He was like a stalker. It's so funny. He's like the stalker in my series. It's called Viral Video. Both of them are still up now. And he was like the stalker, and I made him be like in love with me. I like wrote the script. I'm like, you're gonna be obsessed with me. I think that, I don't know, it was weird, but it was good. And basically I was playing myself as like a YouTuber at a book signing, and he comes up and he like kidnaps me, and he like brings me in the basement and like tortures me.
Oh, very M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I don't think there's a twist to it. Oh, there was a twist. I think the twist was like I liked it, so I was like, you know what? Now I got you, and I'm
That
giving
is so M.
This
Night
is the
Shyamalan.
original idol.
It was.
Just
Oh
YouTuber.
my god, it kind of is. Maybe that's why I'm into like that twisted show. Everyone's like, that show's sick. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's actually it. And then the second one I have him like come back, and I had a real life hater be in it. I forgot his name. God, he used to do so many hate videos on me. And then Daniel something. I can't think of his name.
Daniel Prada.
Daniel Prada and Sloan are both like traveling, living their eat,
Are
pray,
you
love life.
serious?
Yeah, because I was gonna ask him while you're gone. Daniel's up in like Mount Zion because he's posting it, and then I think Sloan's in Maui. I was like, well, geez, are they ever coming back? I don't think they're coming back for like a month. I was like, all right, we gotta rework it, but. No, I know. I really was really good at those horror movies, and I don't know what happened, but Repzion, that was his name, Repzion. One day. I don't know when, but I hope one day I'll be in
Well, I
something.
think now the difference also you have like the agency, the thing, like a
True.
lot of professional people don't work outside of their professional lane of like
Yeah.
going to the casting, talking to an agent, it's
Okay.
a very
You're right. I have something I could be casted perfectly for real. The Britney Spears movie they're making.
Yes,
Did you see?
yes.
Universal.
Yeah.
Mark Platt. Jonathan Chu. I didn't know. All of a sudden I saw Mark Platt. I was like, wait a second. Yeah, literally. I swear, hand to God, I did not know his dad was Mark Platt. Hand to God. I know that sounds crazy, but I really didn't. I liked him for his talent, but I always heard Nepo Baby, and I was like, what? And then I looked it up. I was like, okay, but also Ben Platt, just insanely talented. Definitely not the Nepo Baby vibes. But his dad's producing it, and Jonathan Chu, who's directing Wicked, is directing the Britney Spears biopic. And I think Addison Rae would be the most perfect Britney Spears. Like,
I think so too.
I think they're setting her up for it. I really, really do. Because remember when she was reading the Britney Spears biography?
Oh yeah.
And the paparazzi ones. And then all this acting, she really does slay at acting. She's so good. She's been quiet. She said she had a big announcement coming. I know today was the announcement. Diet Pepsi comes out August 9th, her new single. So I'm really excited about that. But I do think she would slay so hard. And a lot of people said Tate McRae, Sabrina Carpenter. I think Addison is like fresh enough to be Britney. You know what I mean? I don't think it should be like a huge name. Like she is a huge name, obviously, but I feel like she'd be so good at Britney. She's from Louisiana. She has all like the mannerisms, whatever. Love it. I think Addison Rae should play her. Then I saw a clip on my TikTok. It came up today of Rosie O'Donnell interviewing Britney Spears when she was 17. I could play Rosie O'Donnell. It was such. Her interviews were so captivating with Britney. They have to make the movie. I could be Rosie. I've been thinking I was a Wendy Williams this whole time. I'm a Rosie. Can't you see it? Come on. Talk show host behind a desk. Like, that's obsessed with her weight. Like, I could be. And it was so iconic.
I see the vision.
Thank you. This might be that a role. Everyone's getting so skinny now. Who's gonna play Rosie? Me and Mistress Isabel Brooks. Like one of us. She was good on Snatch Game, but
I am sweating. Oh my god.
that's the role I was born to play.
That could be your big break. I need to see you in character though. Like I think next week you have to have like the black hair. Does she have a bob? Like
she had a little bob with like a flip, and then she always wore like a blazer. Okay, I'm gonna get a Rosie O'Donnell cosplay. They used to have this denim jacket. I found one on eBay that was like $300. It was like a denim jacket and it said the Rosie O'Donnell. I loved this show. She should throw out koosh balls to the audience. Did you ever watch it? It's probably before your time.
No, I never watched it. I
so
just have a
good.
vivid memory of her hosting the Kids' Choice Awards, and me. I remember I kept calling in to vote for the Kids' Choice Awards, and whenever you called, it was Rosie O'Donnell saying, "Thanks for voting for the Kids' Choice Awards."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, and I remember being on the phone and being like, "You're welcome, Rosie," and like I kept calling.
I was like talking to her.
Yeah.
She was such a queen. She always had Broadway performers on her show.
Oh
But
my
every
God.
time Britney was on, she was like her mother, like giving her advice. It was, and Britney was like, "Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am." She's like, "Stop." She also loved Donny Osmond. I remember when Donny Osmond came on the Rosie O'Donnell show, and she said something that she wanted to take. Do you remember? No, you don't remember. You don't even care. He's like, I couldn't care less about this. But Donny Osmond was on the Rosie O'Donnell show, and she's like, I want to go on a helicopter ride with you. And this was a big thing back then. And he's like, or something he was gonna take a helicopter. She goes, "Can I come with?" And he said something along the lines of like, "There's a weight limit" or something. So it was
Oh my
basically
God.
like,
Are you?
yeah, and I remember he came back on to apologize, and he had to sing "Puppy Love" to her because she was like so
Oh my
offended. And Donnie did apologize, and obviously I know Donnie, he's not fat phobic, but I remember it was like such a big thing. But when Brittany would come on, she like did a tour of her tour bus. She kept telling her to like cover, which I guess now is a little problematic. She would be like, "You should cover yourself up." Like it's kind of weird to say that, but she was like trying to look out for her as like a motherly thing. And she'd ask her how it was to be famous. But every time Brittany was on there, it was so iconic, and I thought Rosie was iconic. So I said, if they make this movie, because we see that in the Pam and Tommy, there was like a Jay Leno lookalike. Like we see the like interviews, and I feel like that has to happen. Like I'm sure Rosie would be on there. Like it's such a staple too of like the 90s. So I would love to be Rosie O'Donnell. I would love
practice
it.
her voice.
Yeah,
the way
you gotta
she's
go-
Oh,
talking.
I totally could. If I watch it, because I used to be obsessed with her. She does have a very specific voice. I don't even want to like do it right now because I want to like really hone it and do it. But I just remember, and she had little cue cards too, and she would always have them on her desk, and she'd always be like, next, like she just, I remember her mannerism so vividly. I'll watch it and I'll get the impersonation down. She had a little bit of an accent, a little bit like New York. She always talked out of her mouth. She had John was her little, kind of like you're like the John. Well, you're more of a co-host, but you're kind of like the Joy Behar, and I'm the Whoopi or something. I don't know, or I'm Barbara. I don't know who I am. I'm somebody. But
You have the Rosie. Wasn't Rosie on The View?
was she? Oh, that's her problematic era, right?
I
Wasn't
don't
she?
remember. Oh, she got in a fight with Elizabeth Hasselbeck. I remember that. That's all I kind of
Yeah.
remember.
God, they always are fighting. I can never do that show. Those women are fighting. The girls are fighting on that show all the time. Remember when Joy Behar had Gypsy Rose, and she's like, "It's not that bad what you did." And she's like, "No, it's kind of not right to kill your mom." She's like, "Oh, didn't know that part."
Oh, that's
Joy did not
yeah.
care.
You would be like Kelly Osbourne 100% on The View. Oh,
Me?
I think that because you would always have an that's
Oh.
not moment. Like
Oh.
you'd be so impassioned, you would like think that you
Yes.
slayed and ate, and then it would be
Yeah.
like, oh, that's not.
No, Kelly Osbourne taught us all a lesson to like, you don't need to share everything that comes to your mind. Like even like you can understand maybe what she, I don't know, whatever. It was wild what she said. But yeah, that's definitely one of those moments where I felt bad for her because I feel like that's probably not what she really meant, but she was trying to say something else and it just came across horrible. I don't know what she was trying to say. I'm not trying to defend her by any means, but I'm like, I've had those moments where you say something and you say it with like, as they say, with your chest, and then you're like, ooh, that's why I just don't, I don't know. The stuff that sometimes in my head, I'm like, let me not share it. You know what I mean? I love Kelly though too. I love Kelly. She is great, but
Oh
she
my
has a lot of
God.
those moments.
That is so funny.
But I would love it. I think Addison Rae for Britney Spears 100%. I'm so excited for this movie. And man, the directors and producers of Wicked are doing the Britney Spears movie. It's gonna
That
be
is wild. And Britney's involved with it
Yeah.
too. Because I think you hear it and you're like, oh, like you get kind of worried about it. But she tweeted that she's been working on this for a while. That she's going to be involved in it. So that like adds authenticity to the movie too.
Oh, for sure. I feel like when you're involved, it's just gonna be it's gonna be so good, and especially the budget and everything. I just am so curious to know who's gonna play Britney.
I feel like it has to be someone who's like the movie's like their big break. Because Addison is like obviously famous and she's like big, but not in like the movie world, you know? So it'll
not
be like
mainstream.
her big like movie break.
Very J-Lo.
J-Lo is Selena. Yes.
Because she was Fly Girl on Living
Yes.
Color, but like people didn't not it wasn't a household name, but like if Addison did it, it'd be a household name.
Yeah.
She really does look like her. Like when I was watching the Britney interview when she was 17 with Rosie, when she had the brown hair, still like she does look a lot like Addison. I live for her. Did you ever see the clip of Addison on Watch What Happens Live? And
No.
Andy Cohen's like, "What do you love about Britney Spears?" And she goes, She like couldn't think of it. I was like, oh, she's so sweet. Like, you know, everything about her is just like charismatic. Because I know it's kind of like my superhero experience where you're just like on the
You
spot.
freeze,
And then she goes, everything. And I'm like, I live for that so much. She's very, that's kind of Selena moment too, when Selena's in Mexico and she's talking to the reporters and she's like, me siento muy excited. And it's very that vibe. So I think that would be great. I think you're right. I think she should totally have, and I think like having a singer like Sabrina or Tate, it's like kind of, that's all you see is like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think if you saw Addison, who does do fierce music, by the way, but I don't think you said people don't know her as that. And I think that would be literally her breakout role for sure.
The only other person I could think of would be like Addison or Olivia Holt was like the other person.
Oh, I don't know her.
She was in a Disney show. Like she's from the Disney Channel originally, but she was in a show called Cruel Summer, and she had like a Southern accent, and she used to sing a little bit. I don't know if she still does, but it's similar to Addison. So those are the only two I've been thinking of. Or like a whole unknown. I don't know.
Right. I think going with a full... that would be the ideal situation, right? But it's like so risky to do like a full movie with an unknown. I heard Millie Bobby Brown was in there too.
Oh yeah, Millie Bobby Brown. And she's a good actress.
She's a great actress. The only thing is, and I think the TV curse happens a lot, is like you kind of think of her as that character.
True, because she is like so iconic as 11.
It's like John Stamos. You see him as Uncle Jesse everywhere.
Totally,
Love John Stamos, but
As far as the face, Addison raised the most.
Yeah.
oh, definitely.
She
like
has that face.
it's very
like
like baby face still, but like beautiful, and yeah, I think she would. Oh God, I would love it for her. I see it for her. I feel like that's why I've like gravitated towards her recently. It's like I'm like, maybe this is our next Britney, and I was trying to fight it because I wanted to be the next Britney, or
Now you're Rosie.
Yeah. You gotta be realistic, and once you're realistic with yourself, honestly, life gets so much easier. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to worry about like dieting. You know what I mean? I can just be like, I'm Rosie. That's it. I'm not a Britney. I'm a Rosie. And that's it. And life's easier. And I love it. I love it. I don't have to diet. I told you this. Everyone's on Ozempic. And it's like, I'm still here being fat, ready for these roles, you know? And I'm happy. And I'm pretty healthy. We go on our walk, so fat, happy, healthy. I'm here for the representation.
God. And did you see Addison at Charli XCX's birthday party? Because she was also kind of giving Britney there. She reminded me of like, this is so specific, but she wore these like really like 90s kind of like glasses that had like a little bit of a yellow tint to them, but like they were like eyeglasses, and it reminded me. Yes.
Britney used to wear those all the
That's
time.
what I'm saying. It reminded me so much of Britney, and she wore like little like denim cutoffs with like a vintage. I forget what designer it was, but it was like a designer like tank, like a longer tank with like denim cutoffs and the glasses. It was really giving like Y2K Britney.
Oh my!
vibes.
I think she's gonna be in it. I really think she's gonna be in it because like all this stuff has been like hinting towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if nothing else, manifesting it.
And like if you think Addison is a bad actress, yeah, just by the Netflix movie, like you don't know how much she's grown, because genuinely, like obviously, like her Netflix one, that was the first thing she did. He's all that, she's all that, she's all that.
She's all that.
Yeah.
No, he's all that.
He's all that.
Yeah. She's all that's the original.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Like that was like her first acting thing, and I think she was still like figuring out her vibe. But in Thanksgiving, she was actually like genuinely very, very good. And I feel like in between, I feel like she has taken time to like work on everything. Like I feel like she's taken time to work on music, on acting. Like I feel like she's really been behind the scenes working on her craft, and I think that she's fully capable of delivering a good performance.
1000%.
Fully.
I also like blame not like script writers, but sometimes if the script is not good, like the acting can do very little, because overall, He's All That was just not a good script. Like Courtney obviously like flopped, and even like Matthew Lillard, who, you know, I love more than anything, like his part flopped too, because I think the script just like wasn't good. Not to say like whatever, and I'm sure the screenwriters were like, don't give a, you know what I mean?
It's like, yeah.
But I can attest, because I know the screenwriter of Thanksgiving has been literally working on it for 18 years, like literally since 2007. Like I remember him talking about making Thanksgiving every single year. Like, so when it was actually, I remember he called me in January of 2023 and he's like, oh, it's actually getting made. I was like, what? Like it was so crazy, because I just remember him working on it for so long. So like obviously the script was really good, but obviously you like you're good. She's a good actress too, and I feel like but sometimes you can only be as good as the script. You know, sometimes even the best actors can't save a movie. Look at Sharknado. You know, it's like Ian Ziering couldn't save that movie. So it's like I think it has to do with that, and I think it would and of course when you get a big role like that, you get coached. You know, there's someone coaching you on dialect and just everything. You become that person. Look at Austin Butler, right? Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure to Elvis. Like who would have thought? I remember when he got casted at Elvis, I was pissed. I was like, no, absolutely not. Like this little skinny now it's like I can't even like think of Elvis without thinking about him. Like I just literally I named my daughter after Austin Butler's Elvis. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. It's just like it's amazing. So I really think she'd be really good. I'm so excited for her. She's fierce. I love her. Addison, please come on the podcast before you get too famous.
I know.
So good.
And everyone was at Charli XCX's birthday party, and I kind of had FOMO about it because there were even people I knew from high school that were at Charli XCX's birthday party.
Where was it? Did it know?
I don't know where it was. I should let me look it up.
You should have just
actually.
crashed it. Would you have gone if you were invited? Would you have gone?
Oh yeah, just for like the plot, I think. Just because everyone was there. Sabrina Carpenter, Anya Taylor-Joy, Addison Rae, Billie Eilish. Rachel Sennett, all the it girls were just there. Rosalia, like everyone was there.
I love Rosalia.
And you know what? Rosalia gave Charli XCX a bouquet of cigarettes, which then made me feel bad for Brittany Broski getting her because what was her joke about like to Charli
giving
XCX?
Birth to a cigarette with glasses or eyes or something.
So now then after that I felt bad for Brittany Broski because I was like, damn. Everyone was giving Brittany Broski a hard time over that joke, but I think Charli is just like in on it and having fun. Loves the cigarettes. Yeah.
I guess that's a joke nobody really understood, but she was ahead of her time. Or maybe she was right on the time and no one else knew Charli XCX like that.
Yeah. I know. Maybe she was just really in and like got it, but
I still want Brittany on the podcast. Poor Brittany. I do feel like she's done great with all like the hate she's gotten. She kind of just keeps persevering.
What do you have to do? Yeah.
Yeah. I think when it's something like you're just kind of mess up here and there. It's like you just got to keep it moving. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like none of them were. I mean, the Tana one obviously sucked, but I think that's like again, a lot of the times it's like the systemic, like the systemic issues, like the patriarchy. Like she's kind of folding in where it's like it's more lucrative for her to brand herself as Broski, like the bro girl. You know what I mean? So it's not necessarily her fault. Like it's the system's fault because the patriarchy is where it's at. So that was always my fault was with the system, not Brittany personally.
Very true. Very true. I agree with that.
But, even Glenn Powell was at freaking Charli XCX's birthday party. I'm actually so upset. But yeah, everyone was there. And then I had FOMO. And then it was like, I just have come to terms that I'm never going to have a brat summer like this summer nor any other summer. I'm having like a geriatric summer. You know what I mean? Like I'm in bed at 8 p.m. I wake up at 6.
I love it.
It's hot as hell. Like I'm just like want to be left alone. I want to mukbang at the AMC. Like I don't want to go out and like be partying with like Billie and Charli as much as I love them. But
I think it'd be fun for like the one night. I think what happened was we went out in July and I think it was just like that was our quota. Yes. So maybe like in December, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we can brat winter. We can revisit.
Yeah. Wait, what does it mean at brat summer again? I mean, I know it's Charli XCX, but like what does it mean?
It's just like fierce, like going out, partying, drugs, being cool, having sex, hooking up, experimentation. That's what I think brat summer is, but I'm having none of that. Yeah.
I think we're just like too old to be a brat.
I think so too. I think I'm just like geriatric summer is like fully where we live, I think.
I think that's why Deadpool is for us millennials, right? Like, go to the air conditioning, laugh at NSYNC jokes, you know? It's like...
And Gossip Girl jokes. Yeah, very that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. It's so funny. On the day of the Wolverine premiere, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Whenever it was in LA, I remember I texted my one friend, another friend, was like, all my friends know Lance Bass. So one of them was finally like, get in touch with Lance. Like, he'll come on your podcast. So I like got the number. And of all days, I like decided to text him on like this Monday. And then I realized he was like the Wolverine premiere. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, but he was super cool. He like wrote back and he's like, here's my manager's information. So I would love him on. I just, I miss guests. I love our double hot topics, but I kind of miss guests like here and there. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like just talking to people and getting excited. Yeah. Socializing again. I was like, maybe I need to socialize. So Lance Bass is another target. Addison Rae might be number one at the moment. I think I would take Addison Rae over anybody, but I'm too scared to DM her and ask her because like rejection.
Yeah, we just have to say it enough to where someone shows it to her at some point. I feel like that's a good strategy because that's how everything else has happened. We couldn't just talk about it. Right. Literally. I met Ben Platt because of the TikTok I did. So it's like, you know, I throw it out there. But I don't do that with everyone. It's not like I just do it to every celebrity. I'm very selective. It's Jonathan Bailey, Addison Rae, Ben Platt. Yes.
And we got Ben Platt, so now it's Jonathan Bailey, Addison Rae. I would love it. And I can't wait for Diet Pepsi. I'm so excited for that. First, I thought she was like a Pepsi girl. I thought that was the announcement because it was like her jeans with Diet Pepsi on it. And I thought, oh my God, is she like which she should be, honestly. And that's very Britney of her, too. But anyways, for all those people having a brat summer.
Oh my God, it is so Britney of her.
What do you mean?
know.
Pepsi. I love Pepsi.
What?
What do you mean? Pepsi. I love Pepsi.
What is that?
Britney. What kind of Pepsi?
It was his Britney impersonation.
Oh my God. I thought you had really excited.
For some reason, it is in my head. Like her. You do it. What was it like?
Oh, that was great.
That was so good.
I thought you were having a moment where you're just like, malfunctioned over there.
Well,
I was like,
from
oh
all
my
of us, I'm the only one that actually drank Pepsi.
That was so random.
Oh my God.
First of all, I love Pepsi. I love a diet cherry Pepsi. I don't know if they make it anymore, but I loved it. I used to love lemon Pepsi with a twist, which Johnny Osmond was on that commercial. It was the Osbournes, or it was the Osmonds, and they're like, we're not the... It was like, oh no, it was the Osbournes. And Ozzy's like, I love Pepsi lemon twist. And he would drink it. And he's like, what's the twist? And they would unzip themselves. We're not the Osbournes. They're like, we're the Osmonds. And they would come. It was such a good commercial. But I love Pepsi. What is it? What is the, it's like, what kind of Pepsi? Pepsi's Pepsi. Oh, just regular, just regular Pepsi. That's my audition for Brittany. Yours was wild, but I love it. I appreciated that. That was crazy. I was like, what is happening? You knew. I didn't know. I still was like confused.
It took me a second, but I got there.
That's what he chimed in for the whole conversation.
I live.
Because that's how I felt.
Okay. Love it. We love a
Oh my
Pepsi
God.
moment. I actually do really love Pepsi. Those commercials slayed. The Britney ones. Just feel the joy all around. Each generation has... It was so cool. She was like the 50s, 60s, 70s. Like, it was very, very cool. Ba ba ba. Oh, no, it says ba da ba 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 da ba ba ba. Dun dun. The joy of Pepsi.
That was good.
I loved it. Those commercials were so good.
Was hers also Pepsi with those who think you
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was her, right?
Yeah, she had a bunch. Yeah. Right, and then she had the my heart won't skip joy, just enjoy the ride, don't need a reason why, na-na-na-na, and you will find there's a bada. But yeah, she had a bunch. She had two. Anyways, they were so good. Brittany was such a slay. I'm so excited for that news. That was my hottest topic of the day. I was so excited for it.
This is kind of related to like the Charli XCX thing. So have you heard the Charli and Billie song, the Guess, the remix? The one was...
Where he's like, I know you're not straight, but I want to...
Yeah, Charlie's not straight, but she know that hit it.
Yeah,
and
I love that
was
line.
like, me too. I thought that was fierce. But then I guess there was like a TikTok. Actually, it didn't. I was gonna say it went viral. It didn't. But Billie's brother Phineas saw it, 200 likes on it when he saw it and commented on it.
Oh.
But it was like a TikTok saying that Billie's verse on Guess is high key predatory. And the TikToker accused Billie of queerbaiting for commercial gain.
Oh.
And claimed that Billie reduces girls to mere objects, all in an effort to convince the masses that she's actually into them. And then Phineas, Billie's brother, commented, "What'd it take you, little clown?" Which I love.
Wait, what?
Phineas
Little
commented,
clown?
"Yeah, what'd it take you, little clown?"
Oh my God.
I got to watch the entire internet slam my sister for queerbaiting for an entire year, when in reality you were all forcing her to label and out herself,
tea.
which is tea. I
Yeah.
feel like people need to chill out and like just go outside. This is when I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
go outside. If you're offended by Charli putting Billie on the remix, obviously Charli has agency and can like say, that's like offensive. I don't want that on my song.
Yeah.
But obviously Charli thought like Billie saying Charli likes boys, but she know I'd hit it. It's fun and camp. Like, obviously, she
Yeah.
thought that was a slay, so she put it on the song. Like, what?
Is it queer baiting if you're queer?
Exactly. Like, it's so odd because everyone, like Phineas said, everyone wanted Billie to come out as something because she got accused of queer baiting in a music video for her last era when it was like a slumber party theme where she was just like with a bunch of girls. And people were saying, oh, she's not actually queer, so she's queer baiting,
my
whatever.
God.
And now she's coming out saying, I want to eat that girl for lunch, blah, blah, blah. And now,
Oh my God, love that.
and now it's like she's predatory. Like, that also seems like
Oh
homophobic to
sounds
me.
Tati is behind it. How dare you come for a straight girl? My birthday. We all saw it. She's straight. How dare you?
It's
That's
so
weird.
Yeah. Like, people just need to relax. Like, it's a
need to
fun song and
relax.
it's not that serious. Like,
It's not that serious. And you just gotta like assume everyone's a little queer in this world. You know what I mean? Everyone has those tendencies, whether they want to admit it or not. They just wanna, whether it's a fantasy, whether it's fun, whether they like the idea. It's like just everyone, let's just let be. Be
Yeah.
and let be queer. You know what I mean?
and it's also National Underwear Day. And I remembered because the music video is they're sitting on a pile of panties and bras and roll down the
Ooh.
pile. So happy National Underwear Day.
Happy National Underwear Day to all the MrBeast contestants that got their underwear stolen.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. What a transition.
What
That's
a transition.
good.
That was it. Because
That
I
was
was thinking about
good.
this all night when I saw Rosanna Pansina dreaming about it. I was like, what? Why are they stealing? Why did they take their underwear? And she goes, I don't know. That's just what they all told me. They took their,
Yes.
why? What? Is this confirmed or we're just allegedly?
Yeah, it was confirmed in a New York Times article. They also, like, Rosanna obviously has been like talking about this a lot, but New York Times also did like an expose, and like the whole thing was like in the contract for the show, whatever, for the MrBeast show on Amazon, it was like basically they signed that they would be willing to die for a chance at $5 million or something for this MrBeast show.
That's what the contract was?
Basically, yeah.
That's what they all are. Every reality show has that clause. It's like, if you die, you can't sue us.
It's insane. But I guess what came out was, first of all, it was what they shot so far wasn't even the actual show. It was like the pre-show almost. It was like the episode that would be out on MrBeast's channel.
Okay, the first half.
Yeah, because I think Jimmy has said that the plan was always to have the almost like a pre-episode on his channel that cuts it down from like, I guess, 2,000 to 1,000. So, but not a lot of the contestants didn't know that going in, that this wasn't even for the show. It was for YouTube. So it was like a little misleading in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to be on TV, not your little YouTube channel.
MrBeast channel. Or
Not
the
little.
number one. Yeah.
He's the number 2 on TikTok. Charli D'Amelio's number 1.
Oh, really? Okay.
MrBeast is 2.
We can't let MrBeast dethrone Charli.
Absolutely not.
No, we need Charli to stay on top.
Yeah. Subscribe to Charli D'Amelio on TikTok.
But yeah, it is so weird. Like they took their underwear. There was girls that started their period and said like, I need our new underwear because I'm on my period. And allegedly the people that were working on the show like laughed and made fun of them for it.
Wait, I don't understand. So they're not wearing any underwear on the show?
I think they have the ones that they're wearing, but like they packed more, but they weren't given.
So that's wear the same underwear every single day?
Yeah.
How many days of shooting are they doing?
I think it was about a week. Let me see if it's in here.
And someone started their period and now they have blood in their underwear and they're like, sorry?
Yeah. And they made fun of them for it.
Wait, what? Allegedly. That has to be a huge alleged. There's no way. There's no way. If that was true, that's actually the most insane thing I've ever heard. Like, that's actually insane.
I know.
It's also just, like, not hygienic for anyone, for them. They could get sepsis. Remember we talked about sepsis?
Oh, yeah.
They could get sepsis. Like, there's so many things. Like, what? They're literally bleeding? Like, I am actually so curious on that because that's what?
Yeah,
I want to talk to a contestant.
So basically, like, contestants spoke to the New York Times and did an interview with them, and the New York Times said contestants were instructed to supply the production staff with a Ziploc bag containing 5 days worth of undergarments, so 5 days, which would be distributed to contestants once the games were underway. But several contestants said they had waited hours, even days, to receive their clean underwear. One woman said that when she and a group of contestants who were menstruating during the event had asked the production staff about getting their underwear more quickly, she had been told that it was not a medical emergency, and that she recalled that a nearby member of production staff had laughed at the women's pleading.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. Oh my, I want to know. Did they name the people? Did they identify themselves?
No, they aren't named. They just said they're labeled as contestants of the show.
If you're one of those people and can come forward, because I think at that point, like, NDAs don't count. Like, if you're literally put at like risk, you know, like your life, you know, someone's mocking your just natural flow, like, that's actually, yeah, I think NDAs don't count at that point because that's actually like abuse. And sepsis shock is septic shock. Is that the same thing as sepsis?
I don't think.
Do you get sepsis from septic shock? Because on The Politician, he got sepsis, right? Or septic shock.
Sepsis.
He got sepsis by being shot in the butt. Spoiler alert. By possum soaked bullets.
Septic shock is from
sepsis.
Sepsis, yeah, but toxic shock syndrome is what you're thinking about. Is tampons.
No,
yeah.
but I'm talking about sepsis. You can get through the blood. Remember I told you about
yes,
that?
Yes.
And I feel like that's what Ben Platt got in The Politician, is they got sepsis. And you like, so I think with blood, when there's an open wound, you're more likely to get
that's
sepsis.
True.
Like,
yeah.
if you're, especially if you're competing, I don't know what they're doing, but like if you're in water and submerge yourself, like, I think that's why you're not supposed to swim after like giving birth, because like you have an open wound in your uterus, and like if there's any bacteria in the pools or anything, you can like obviously can kill you because you're so open. So I think another reason, because the blood is flowing in and out. So I would be so curious.
Yeah.
I want to know.
And there's also a thing with food, like they were never made aware, allegedly, about how infrequently they would eat. So contestants described going long stretches without being fed by production.
Oh, yeah.
One contestant said that she had gone over 20 hours, both during the games and while they were in Las Vegas before and after filming. One meal described by several contestants included a tiny portion of cold oatmeal, one hard-boiled egg, and a few pieces of raw vegetables.
Skinny. They're on a calorie deficit. What if it's like a secret show, like a fat farm show, where it's like, we're going to help you lose weight by not feeding you? Because it was only like, what, 400 calories or 500 calories someone said a day or something, which is like, you need like literally 2,000 calories a day.
Mm-hmm. And a spokesperson for MrBeast said they had been offered 3 meals a day, but a lot of contestants are saying otherwise.
I believe that. I mean,
on
definitely.
a few occasions, the production staff passed around small Feastables chocolate bars. Great.
I love it.
Thank you.
You would love that. You love Feastables.
For my whole meal, one of the meals, one of your 3 meals is a
Too
tiny
much
little
sugar.
It's a tiny little piece of Feastables. Not even the big bar. So the mini bar Feastables.
Wow, they really got cheap. Are we wearing the same necklace? I know. I literally. Do you have a little
mine's
stud
a little
on
star.
yours? Oh, okay, cute. I like it. I just want to. Sorry, I literally was like, wait, I think we're wearing this, and it's hitting us at the same spot. That's what I was like. That's so crazy. I love it. Yeah, I believe it. I do because I think in general reality shows like don't really feed you well. Like they're supposed to, but they kind of forget.
Well, and this too. So like Amazon, I'm pretty sure from what I read, like gave like MrBeast production like full reign over it. So
oh my God.
I think that obviously a production of like 100 people in the compound they can easily take care of, but 2,000 people in Las Vegas is just
chaotic.
too much for this production.
No, for sure. There's no way this is gonna like turn out good. Like there's just no way.
Yeah.
This might be his cancellation. This might be the downfall of MrBeast because it's like it's very like when you take on too much, right? Like you're just like, yes, you're a big corporation, big company, but it's like if you don't know about production, which is like a totally different thing than like social media, it's like I don't know, like you said, the rules you have to abide by. I guess if it's, what was it too? I think Rosanna said that they made sure everyone was like non-union, like the workers too.
Yeah, for the production, they were seeking like non-union so they wouldn't have to pay for their like benefits basically. Like,
What was the budget for this show? Like 100 million?
100 million, yeah.
Oh my God. So like even union workers, like they get paid obviously, but it's not like you're paying them $1 million each. Like you can still afford that. Like that's wild. And then I guess they said they couldn't like find enough non-union, so they had to get like some union workers. Or
but
something.
they allegedly still said they weren't going to pay benefits,
right?
Or something,
Like just there's wild. And you pay dues in the union. Like there's so many things that go above it. So it's like
you pay to be in the union. Yeah.
And then you're really gonna like cheap out on them when they're the ones really running the whole show, and like the whole show depends on them.
You don't have a show without a crew.
No, 1,000%. That's literally so dumb. I hate when that happens.
And also the whole thing about like them not being allowed to have their medication too, allegedly, is a whole other thing.
Okay, but that also too, like literally, you're messing with people's mental health, physical health. Like, how is that even legal?
I know.
You can't say you can't bring your medication.
So the New York Times says, despite reassurance that contestants' medication would be distributed to them when needed, several contestants said they had not received their medication on time, including one contestant who needed insulin, instead receiving it hours or even days after the scheduled dosing time. One contestant said she had initially been denied the food she required to take her medication and had been told by staff members that she didn't actually need to eat. After asking repeatedly, she was given half a banana. Which is crazy. And
why
like
half?
Literally just give the whole banana at that point.
Here's half.
And it's like shows like Survivor and stuff, obviously, where they're like kind of denied, the basics of human life or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like they also have to cast people who don't have, like, they aren't on that medication.
Yeah.
Like, there was someone who like lied about it when they were like applying for the show and got on and like were lying about needing medication or something, and then they got kicked off the show because they weren't like fully off of it. So as soon as they find out you need this medication, like they take you out the show. So I feel like that should have been part of this same thing,
sure.
But they just don't have the steps to.
I guess what is the show? Like, is it to mentally mess with them? Like, what are they doing? Is it competitions?
It's like literally Squid Games. Like it's literally that whole idea of just like being stripped away of everything and just competing for like this pie in the sky $5 million life-changing amount of money. So
they're just doing like competitions.
Yeah, I think one of the first challenges in this Las Vegas episode was like a group of them had to like move. I think it was, don't quote me on it exactly, it was like 10,000 pounds. It was like a huge amount of weight that they had to group up in a team and like lift or move, and that's why I felt like and a lot of the guys were grouping together and they left like the girls and like elderly people to like be in teams.
Oh my god!
So obviously a lot of them got eliminated.
That girl talking about that. Yeah, I mean, in this kind of show where it's not Survivor, it's like there's no point to not feed them. Like you have to feed them because they're competing. Like that makes like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because it's also not like a 24-hour like a Survivor. It's like they are put in this like isolated island and then told to figure out how to survive. Like it is like a competition show. Like it almost. Like, I would think of it as, like, a Wipeout or something, like, doing weird obstacles or whatever.
That's our show at the moment. We're watching Ninja vs. Ninja and Wipeout. Malibu loves it. She's, like, jumping. She loves them jumping. I want Moses to go on it because he's so coordinated.
MrBeast just did Wipeout. That was the one where, like, Pokey... I think so. It was the one where, like, everyone went on.
With those giant red balls?
Yes, he just did a version of that.
Oh my god, I would have loved to have been on there. That would have been so. Well, actually, not me. I'm not coordinated, but like Moses would have been so coordinated. He's so like that would have been so. I would love to do that. I would love to challenge myself one day, but there's just no way. Like the upper body strength. Did Pokey do good?
I don't think she won, but I think she did well.
She competed. I mean, to complete the course would be winning in my book. I mean, that's. Yeah, if that's. I mean, this sounds crazy that all this stuff is already coming out and the show hasn't even aired.
Yeah, that is actually is crazy, and you would think that because it is Amazon that they would step in or something. I think they just gave MrBeast Productions too much control over it. That is man, they're just hey, do it. They trusted him, I guess, with a $100 million budget to make it work.
No,
but
wrong person.
Yeah.
This is the problem. All the mainstream is finding, they always done this, right? They always find these influencers that are just don't know really what they're doing. And then they ruin it for everyone. Then they're because MrBeast, obviously huge, obviously company. We know this behind him, but it's also they don't really know how to do a show. Obviously production for social.
Scale,
on that scale. I think most people would. I mean, I think it's really a lot. Reality shows in general, it's a lot. But they are safety things are in place. Hopefully there's safety stuff in place where it's not like a David Dobrik thing where something happens and then someone just ends up dying or something.
Well, I guess they also have they signed away so much. You know what I mean? Who knows what is actually on that contract? But the headline in New York Times is basically they're willing to die for a chance of the $5 million. So I'm sure it was an ironclad.
You think they did physicals on all of them?
That's a good question.
Because usually you do Big Brother, you do physicals. So I'm assuming they should.
Yeah, they should.
But I know dating shows. We were talking about this. I think it was. Is it maybe Married at First Sight? I was thinking about this. If they give them STD tests because they do Married at First Sight, they marry the stranger, and it's what if none of them got tested? What if someone has chlamydia? You know what I mean? I wonder if they do those kind of tests on them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just because you think you could sue someone then oh, this person didn't tell me this or whatever. I don't know. It's kind of. Those shows are crazy. Although New Married at First Sight haven't been on for a while. We haven't seen New Married at First Sight. I love that show.
Or even a Love Island. I'm sure they must be, right?
Obvious. But then certain STDs don't show up.
That's
true. So. Anyways, stay safe out there. Yes. Wear a condom.
And then MrBeast was also accused of censoring comments on his YouTube channel about the Ava Chris Tyson stuff. He started putting in words that automatically get filtered out or whatever, and deleting comments. And his last upload was set the record for his most disliked video ever, and it just went up recently. So I don't know. It is kind of swinging his way. To me, he's just so big that will he actually have any repercussions? I don't know. Unless some kind of lawsuit happens out of that show, I feel that's the only way it would become a thing. But
you said, it's he's probably protected financially and whatever. But it's more of his reputation would go down because he's the face of it, and so if all this stuff is going wrong. Probably, what's his name? Jimmy? Jimmy probably himself is not the one that's at fault for all these things, but he's the face and he's the person behind it. So he'll get all the hate because it's very, it's very TanaCon, right? There's other people around her that was this is a good idea, and she obviously she's 19, so a completely different thing, whatever. But it's it's still one of those things where everyone blamed Tana because she's the face of it.
True.
Where it's probably other people, but in MrBeast's side, it's he says he's involved and it's not a machine, and he's very much involved with it. So if that's the case, then he's also a grown man, and he should probably watch out for these kind of things. I would never take on something that big ever. Someone's do a reality show with never would I take it on. It just seems a big, unless you have a really good crew, but. Reality shows are all kind of sketchy anyways. People are always
that he doesn't even want to pay his crew and that is for a show with 2,000 people. You need extra.
I think that's what gets me, the cheapness of someone who's making so much money.
Yeah, and the budget is so insane.
Yeah, and they're not paying the contestants. They said right there. So yeah, get it on safety. Get it. Same thing with David. He was making so much money from those vlogs, right? It's why wouldn't you not get a safety advisor to be with you, especially when you did stunts? I remember they never did ever and it's weird. I guess you don't think about it, but MrBeast should think about it.
Yeah, when you have 2,000 contestants and you're putting them in physical challenges, and it's a range of age and gender and sex and everything, it's you and you have people who need medications. It's all what?
Almost either don't put them on, you said, Survivor because of that, or make sure they're getting what they need.
Because it's just a recipe for disaster. Because you would think that it would be so. They'd be so at risk for some kind of lawsuit unless they really do just sign everything away, where even stuff like medications and food. I don't know, but
I mean, with 2,000 people, just that alone, the odds are something's gonna happen to somebody with that, and medical stuff comes up, and I don't know why he'd want to do it on such a large scale like that. Whenever
because that's his brand, how can you get bigger and more extreme and more extreme? Okay, let's have 5,000 people and pay them 100 million. Like, it just.
It almost
keeps
seems like a
growing.
movie. Like, it seems
Well,
like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
But that's the
like
thing.
an influencer does this and it gets too big and something really seriously goes wrong. That's what he should do
When
next.
Squid Games came out, that was kind of like, okay, this is fictional. But then who's the
Yeah.
person that will make it real?
Mr.
And everyone
Beast.
looked at Mr. Beast and it was like, and now it's becoming real.
Yeah, why
So
would
it
you...
is the real kind of Squid Games, and it gets very.
Why would anybody want to do a real life Squid Games and then like die on that show? Like, why would you ever be like, this sounds like a good thing to make a real show out of? You know what I mean?
Even Netflix making it a real thing.
Yeah, it's kind of dark
Weird.
unto
Yeah.
itself. Like the whole show was dark, so why are you like, let's do this in real life?
And like season 2 of Squid Game comes out in December.
Oh.
I wonder if Jimmy's show will come out or want to beat it and come out before then. But I feel like that also just makes him look worse, right?
Oh.
If he like has the real life version of the show, and then we see like
Something, all these
Yeah.
bad things. I mean, it's already coming out so bad, and like, I'm sure once it gets closer to like the end, because are they going to film part 2 right away? Or they're going to put out part 1 first, and then part 2 comes.
I think it was supposed to be like a joint thing, like the. Oh, you mean for the Squid Game
For
or
Jimmy,
for
Mr.
Jimmy?
Beast.
Oh, for Mr. Beast. The first episode was supposed to be on his channel, and then I think the whole thing was for him to push like, oh, this is just the pre thing. Like, if you really want to see the competition, go to Prime.
But are they?
'Cause
Did they
I'm-
film everything completed
No,
now?
they
Just the first half.
They just filmed. Yeah, they're moving to Canada, and I don't think they started yet production on it. But yeah, they just filmed that first half.
Oh.
I guess they went from 2,000 to 1,000 in this first chunk.
So you think it'll
they
be
still have
completed
1,000.
before they air the first half?
I think so. Because I mean, also the turnaround for like reality shows in general is like so fast that I think they would be able to turn it around really quick.
Yeah, that's true. I guess because someone's probably already editing
Yeah,
now.
this first.
You should go apply.
I
To be an editor.
Oh my god, that sounds like a nightmare.
Then you can give us all the inside scoop. You could be the source.
I imagine this is literally just me in my head, but I imagine it almost like a. Did you ever in Quiet on Set when like people were talking about having to edit with Dan Schneider and he would like be in the back like like telling someone to tell them to like edit and then they'd be like, no, you can't pee or whatever.
Yeah.
In my head, that's what it would be like.
Mr. Beast is just back there. Yeah. You probably get free chocolate though.
And I do love that chocolate. Out of solidarity, I saw it at Ralph's yesterday, the Feastables, and I was like, no.
You didn't get it?
No.
Ooh, but
Out
a
of
caramel
solidarity.
the peanut butter one too. That would hit so good right now. You know what chocolate I want to try? Not like the Dubai chocolates. Have you seen those?
No.
They're like, I don't know what's in there. Do you know what it's in it? Like green. It looks like green grass is in it,
That
but
one
it's
has
not
like
grass.
pistachios and.
Ooh, I
it's-
do like
it's-
pistachio.
Ooh, it looks
it's
so
not
good.
baklava. It's like one of those desserts, like Middle Eastern desserts.
But it's like a chocolate
Inside
bar
of
with
it,
that
yeah.
inside. It's like stuffed inside.
Oh, wow.
There is a place in OC called House of Chimney Cakes, and they were like, we can send you some, but it's been so hot, so like no one can send chocolate right now. But I really want to get them. So you haven't seen them? They're like all over TikTok.
No.
They're like Dubai chocolate. It looks so good. I think chocolate just sounds so good right now, but. That'd be good. But the MrBeast one would have been good. I should have brought him. Well, maybe they'll sponsor.
Oh, yeah, after all this.
After all this. But you could be the double agent. And the politician, there's a double agent too. His little person goes and works for Bette Midler's campaign. And then there's a mole inside their campaign. I'm like, ooh, I like this. That's very smart, actually, to have someone on the inside of something else.
Maybe
you
it's the
know.
other way around. Maybe he was actually hired by Mr. Beast
Yeah,
back
true.
then.
Who?
Oscar.
Oscar?
And I'm infiltrating Just Trish.
He's infiltrating us for Mr. Beast.
I don't think Mr. Beast cares about our podcast that didn't exist. But maybe. In that case, Steve, it's Joey sent you here. Be like, we need to know. Know what? We were doing nothing. We need to know about oversharing. The 4th episode that never aired. Where is that episode? What happened? How close was she with Colleen? Oh, gosh. JoJo was just, she was just talking about how she was talking again about her best friend that's like in her 30s with kids and how she always plays with them. And I'm like, this is like so crazy, so weird.
JoJo?
She was on Zach Sang recently.
What?
Yeah. She was on Zach Sang and said if she was straight, she'd be having kids already or she'd be pregnant or something.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe. I mean, it's very much like, okay, JoJo. I
Okay,
don't know
JoJo.
anymore with her.
Yeah, she seems to be,
She's in a movie, I think. That's what she's been promoting lately. But
she's in a movie and she's also in Demi Lovato's upcoming documentary about child stars. You haven't heard about that?
No.
It's Drew Barrymore's in it, Kenan Thompson, Raven Simone, and JoJo. It's produced by Demi Lovato. I forgot what it's called, but it's something about child stars and stuff, and JoJo's in it.
Wow.
It comes out soon, I think, or I don't know. It's like made or something. But it's weird because like Kenan's in it, which is like weird because he wasn't on Quiet on Set. So it will be interesting.
Yeah, I wonder what the, I guess, angle, especially for JoJo, because, she's been very back and forth. I think even she spoke out against, like, the new Dance Moms. I guess they're rebooting it. And then she spoke out on behalf of Abby. She's like, she felt like Abby was disrespected by them doing Dance Moms again without Abby.
Oh, girl. Let's stop defending Abby. She is not a victim in this. It's like, it's crazy. Like, Abby was the worst part about that show. I would love to see a Dance Moms reboot with someone who, like, cares about the girls and, like, doesn't verbally abuse them. You know what I mean? Like, Abby Lee Miller is actually, like, one of the worst people to me because of the verbal abuse she did to children. And it's like, I don't really care if it was for show or not. Like, yelling at children and screaming at them and, like, making fun of their hair. I remember one, she's like, you with the bad haircut. And I remember the girl, like, steps forward. She has, like, this little bob. I'm like, how did she know she was talking about her?
I saw that one,
Yeah, it's like calling them, like, something about being a bird and being all this, like, this such derogatory stuff. It's like actually insane. I was like, how do you say that to a child? Like someone with a bad haircut. Like, that's so crazy to me. And Abby Lee Miller is the worst. So the fact that JoJo is like defending her is still like, girl, just stop. People kind of like you right now. Like, you don't need to be defending these awful people in your life.
I don't know what she's gonna say in this like child star.
I know. People said that. They're like, I was kind of on board until the JoJo at the end was the announcement, and it's just like, she could have some insight. I don't know.
Or maybe the movie put insight to her. Like maybe it opened her eyes to some things. You know,
it would be great.
When you hear it from other people, like because I think she only listens to celebrities.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe in that setting,
I think like if she always talks about having kids. I feel like if she did have kids, it would put it in like maybe a different perspective because I think like so much changes, right? Like just in general, you just think about like if that was my daughter, if that was this, and I feel like she wouldn't want her daughter being screamed at, no matter how good of a dancer it would make her. I don't know. It's just kind of. Because JoJo would cry so much on that show, and it's like, do you really want to see, like, I hate seeing Malibu cry when she just hurts herself, much less someone, like, making her cry. Like, I would be livid. Like, I don't know. It's kind of wild. So I think maybe until she maybe has kids and sees it through her own eyes. Either that or just, like, a repeated pattern where it's like, well, this is what makes them a star. Because some of the moms have that rhetoric, too. It's like, well, this is how they become famous, you know? I don't know. It's sad though. I love Raven, so I'd love to hear. I love hearing Raven talk about it. Drew Barrymore obviously is like so interesting because she's like the OG child star that like literally was like an alcoholic at 13 according to like her own admission. So I think that would be really interesting. And Keenan too, because Keenan's so like well adjusted to me, it seems, on SNL. So I would be interested to hear his too. I think it's a good lineup, and I like that Demi Lovato's doing it. So I'm here for it.
This is so unrelated, but she has. Have you seen that TikTok of her for? It's like a line of shampoo. And she's like, she wrote a little song for it. And that song has been in my head. Yeah.
How's it go?
She goes, OGX, now you're looking lavish. Ooh. OGX. I forgot the rest of the song, but that's how it goes. And
I love it.
People were like posting, like making fun of her for it. Like, oh, wow, Demi, like you need a paycheck. But I thought she ate on that song and she looked really good.
Is it new?
Yeah, I think it just came out a couple of days ago.
OGX.
I'm like, oh, I kind of
Is it like a brand?
Yeah, a brand of shampoo.
First of all, everyone needs a paycheck. I hate that. Someone's rent is due. It's like, yes my rent is due every burst. Like everybody else, I have to pay to live. Like it's such a weird thing when people get mad at people for like trying to, someone needs money. It's like, yeah, that's why we do this. Yeah. This is why we're here. It's actually crazy.
And but she kind of served. She really sold the shampoo. She like flipped her hair. I was like, oh, I'm living. OGX. Now you're looking lavish. I live.
Isn't like, she could rhyme it with something like when you, what is it called when you like soap your hair? It's something else that sounds like lavish.
Lather.
Then you lather with the lavish. Like, I feel like that could be something there. Yeah, lather. That was good. Wow, you did read my mind. There's so many times I think of like words and I can't think of what I'm trying to say.
Oh my god.
Lavish and lather. Lather your hair.
You would actually slay at writing little jingles if like brands came up to you. I feel like you're a good songwriter.
That could be our next joint venture together, is writing jingles together.
Yeah.
It's very Joey and Uncle Jesse. Remember when they used to write jingles?
Yes.
Yeah, that could be us. Why did they start that? That was so random.
Yeah, that actually, was there a plot line where they, obviously I know like Uncle Jesse had his little band or whatever, but how'd they get into the jingle writing?
I don't know. And why was Joey a part of it? I guess he was a jokester.
Yeah.
It's wild. Did you watch that show?
Mm-hmm.
I used to love that show too.
Me too. I remember like whenever I stayed home from school, was it ABC Family? I think it was ABC Family. Like they would have the lineup of like, was it like Step by Step and then Full House? Like
Family Matters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That was.
I'd be seated for the whole thing.
I loved it. Full House was everything. That was kind of the one to go on. I love it so much. Where did I see John Stamos lately? There was something he was doing. Did we see him? Oh, yeah. We're also watching Glee from 2000.
What? You're watching Glee?
Because there's nothing on.
Oh,
we're watching Wipeout and Glee.
I need shows that somehow had some song and dance, you know, from Malibu. And
well, technically Malibu doesn't really watch those shows because they get kind of heavy. They're kind of like dark, those episodes. There was one about religion and God not believing in, or Kurt not believing in God. I'm like, this is actually...
Was that the one where they sing "What if God was one of us"?
Yeah. And losing my religion. I'm losing my religion. I'm like, okay.
There was a rumor. I like fully believe this is fake, but it's kind of silly to think about that they wanted to reboot Glee and like the first episode would be a lot of Chappell Roan songs. Which I would.
Oh, I did hear that. Oh, that would be. Was she down for it? Did someone ask her? I feel like I heard this, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm down," or something.
Oh my god, I haven't seen her be asked about it.
Up.
Maybe someone did. I don't know, but I could also see her thinking it was camp. Like,
for sure, Glee would eat up Chappell Roan for sure. All those songs, because we did get to the all of them doing that at the finale of this thing. That would be actually so iconic because we just got to the part where they meet the Warblers. So he finally meets Darren Criss, and they start with Teenage Dream, and I'm like, this is where it gets good. And it eats so hard. Like, it's such a good song. And I was like, they actually kind of were good for the most part. I mean, it's sad. They have a lot of tragedy. I feel like that show was a little cursed, but if they bring it back, we're on a Ryan Murphy kick. We're watching Politician, which is Ryan Murphy. We're watching Glee, which is Ryan Murphy. I love Scream Queens, which is Ryan Murphy. Glenn Powell. Like, I guess we're on that kind of kick right now. But yeah, we're watching Glee. And the cover songs did good. Speaking of cover songs, transition, Gabbie Hanna, did you see her zombie cover by the Cranberries?
Yes.
Okay, eating. Like, I was like, slay. Like, as the comment said, the microphone was on, and it was so good.
Okay, where was this? Because I kept seeing clips, but I didn't know.
Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Oh, for some reason, I thought it was Lollapalooza. I was like...
I would believe it. I would believe it.
Me
She
too.
is like... She kind of ate, like, her movements, everything about it. I'm like, this is an original artist. That is for sure. Like, nobody moves like her on stage. And I mean that, like, very nicely. Like, it gives me Gerard Way, Freddie Mercury, in the sense that they moved uniquely. And no one moves like her. So I was like, honestly, those dance moves and stuff were just, like... I felt it. And the crowd was feeling it. I will say that too. Like, I am not a hater. I am not David Dobrik over here being like, let's look at that crowd. Because it's like, there was people there, and to me, it doesn't matter how many people. They had merch. They knew all her songs. When she would do this, they were singing along. Like, I was like...
That's fierce.
Yeah, it's kind of everything. So I saw 5,000 angles of that on my TikTok. Did you see it? I saw so many different
I
angles.
saw like 2, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
My whole For You page was that. I think her sister had an angle. I think Gabbie did. I think we saw comments like Gabbie's like, tag me in this. So like every single thing on my For You page was like, it was Corey Feldman for so long, and now it's all Gabbie Hanna. And I love both of them. Honestly, it inspired me. I was like, I want to go on tour. I want to sing. It was kind of everything. And she did this cover song from the Cranberries, and I love them. I love the song Linger too. And I was like, she would kind of eat that song too. But she did all the hits. She did Monster. She did her new one, where it's like, if you don't have time, then you're dead. And I'm like, she eats.
Where did I go? That one?
Yeah. Well, I'm right here. It's so good. She did Monster. That was and like everyone was like into it, which I really, really liked, and everyone I saw was like singing it, and I thought that was really cool. So I was happy for her.
Yeah, she should do more like live shows because
that's where she
really
loves
good.
it.
Yeah,
she had a band with her. Like it was cool. I was happy to see, because I really do feel like that's when she's like happiest, and she seems happy. I was watching an interview even that she did with like Newcastle News, because I guess that's like her hometown, and yeah, and she was like saying how much she loved her hometown and like how this could be a huge festival and more people need to know about it, and I really like it. Sometimes I think LA can be toxic for some people. You know what I mean? Like, you're from here, so like your family's here or whatever. I have my whole family's here now. Like all my family lives here. I couldn't imagine living anywhere else. But yeah, it would definitely have been toxic. Had I not had my family not been out here, I would have definitely moved back home, you know, because I think that's like hard when you don't have people. Because it can be toxic and people don't really care about you for the most part out here. It's just hard to find friends if you like that sort of thing. And maybe why I don't have friends, because I'm just like, don't eat them. You know what I mean? But yeah, good for her. She was thriving, and she would eat on Glee. Gabbie would have crushed Glee.
She would be really good on Glee.
Yeah.
She can be a teacher. One of those teachers that sings with the students.
Teachers are everything, actually, on that show. John Stamos was on Glee. That's how we got here. He was good. God. John Stamos might be the nicest celebrity I've ever met in my life. I met him on the Views tour, and I remember he was like literally so nice and so charming, and just talks to you for so long like you're a human. Doesn't look around the room for someone better. Like, just so freaking nice. I loved him so much. I love John Stamos. And he seems to kind of get it. I saw like a post, and he's like, where's Zendaya? And it was like him and another guy in like a tennis outfit. And I was like, oh, I love that he's like so up on it, because he's like older. And I was just like, I love this about him. He seems cool. I like him. I would love him to come on. But I think he's still kind of in that world, like Josh Peck, David Dobrik. But yeah, I love him anyways.
Yeah, we won't Jake Shane him and expose him for being friends with David Dobrik.
Oh, yeah. He probably not friends with David Dobrik. He probably never was friends with David Dobrik. He's probably like, this kid has a lot of followers. You know, let me collab with him. I want to say Sacha Baron Cohen did a video with David Dobrik. Do you remember this?
I remember. Yeah.
Did it air,
I
or
think
was
it
this
was
not?
promotion for his movie.
It was out then. What? Okay.
I don't remember it at all, and I was a David
Yeah, I
historian.
think like Teslas were involved, something.
And he was Borat, right? He was like in character. Or was it supposed to happen and it never did? Or it did happen? There was a video?
No, we saw it. We saw it posted on Sacha Baron Cohen's TikTok.
Yeah, maybe when
and
the
on
second
David's.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, I would have loved an interview with Borat.
How
Maybe.
do I not remember that at all?
It was like later, like 2021, like when the second Borat came out.
It was a little glimpse, it was like a promotion to the movie. It didn't go viral or anything.
Wow.
Which I'm kind of surprised, but yeah. Anyways, he's problematic, so we cancel him.
Yeah.
Cancel.
We haven't had a Scotty Sire update in a long time, and I just saw he had
Okay.
surgery on his knee. So Scotty, I hope you're doing
Feel
well.
better.
Yeah, I feel better, Scotty.
Come on the podcast.
Could you imagine you and Scotty? What was he talking about?
Nothing. It'd be so boring.
Music.
Yeah.
How much money did you make for your library? What was that big one? Where it was like he sold his library for like $2 million.
I want to know that.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like, and that was like such a back and forth. He went on another podcast being like, someone was
Someone
talking about me.
said. I love what someone said.
I love what someone said too when it's so clearly about me. Someone said, say my name. No, I'm just kidding. I have no beef with Scotty. I like him actually. I saw Kristen posted a TikTok yesterday with Liza, and she's like, my ex-boyfriend's best friend's ex or something like
Oh my
that.
God.
Yeah, I kind of live for it. I kind of love Kristen's a slave for sure. I would like Scotty him. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's not sad.
recovering, yeah.
He's I want to know like OF, is that how he's making his money? He always seems smart though. He always seemed like he was investing in stuff. So I feel like maybe he probably like invested. I just in general like want to know how people make money. That's always what I'm curious about, like the toddies and stuff. I'm like, how are they like making money?
I think OF. I would think same for Toddy, right? I would think.
Or someone who's not on OF, like God, who else was in that group? I'm trying to think. Who else was in it?
Corinna we know is good.
Yeah.
Toddy, Scotty, OF. We know everyone else has a podcast like the Matts, the Carly and Aaron's,
Zane and Heath.
Zane and Heath. We know what they're up to. They were all at a wedding recently.
Which one?
I think yesterday. I forget who. I just saw Scotty post on his Instagram.
I love that you watch it. He's gonna block you. He's gonna be like, let me find who's watching this.
But they were all together. Not David, but it was like Heath, Zane, Scotty, Toddy. It was all of them minus David, basically. We're at someone's wedding. I don't know whose wedding
Oh,
it
you
was.
don't know
The
who
name
it was?
wasn't familiar, no. But that's the latest I've seen on
I
the
love that
Scotty
you know.
Sire update. I do. I have a
Okay.
soft spot
Yeah,
for Scotty. He's just
nice.
so sweet. Yeah.
He is nice. He is sweet. He tries to be unproblematic. Yeah, with the exception of him defending David.
Yeah.
But he
Besides
learned.
that-
Like, I feel like when people can learn, right? Like, JoJo hasn't learned to, like, stop defending people. But he's kind of like, you know what? No,
Let me not,
Let me,
yeah.
you know? But you can even tell from that, like, he had good intentions. I don't think he really fully understood the gravity of the situations in which he was defending.
He's like, my friend is going through it. Let me take the bullet. But
Yeah, like, but trying to make, yeah, that was wild. Trying to make David be like a victim in that situation was pretty wild. He's like, David's literally so sweet, would never do this. Like, what?
I love your impersonation.
I just remember it so vividly. I remember this was my angry era. I get so angry. I was so angry. Now I'm just like, if it was happening now, I'd be like, oh, that's not, like, I'd be a lot more like sweet about it. But still, lay the hammer down. Love a Scotty Sire update.
A little in the same viral realm around that time. Did you know that the Hype House bus, like the Charli and Addison bus, was just abandoned on the side of a road? And it made me think that you could take it and then you could remodel it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is it like a tour bus?
Yeah, it was like they shot like a lot of videos on there back in the day.
On a bus? Oh, I don't remember this.
And like Charli and Addison's like face was on it. Like all the Hype House members' faces were on it, and it was just found abandoned on the side of a road.
I don't understand. Why did they do that? Why would they just leave it?
I don't know.
They're like, we can't afford this
Someone
anymore.
like discovered it on the side of a road.
And they have pictures?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it has like all their faces on it and stuff.
I don't understand. I just don't understand how you just abandon it, though.
It has been apparently vandalized with most of its exterior embellishments either painted over or sufficiently faded from sitting in the hot sun.
No one moves that? Like, no one trash towing, nothing takes it away?
No. So on August 1st is when the Hollywood Fix came across the Hype House's customized school bus that was left abandoned on the side of a road in Los Angeles. But you would think someone would see that and be like, oh, I want that bus. You know
I would
what
take
mean?
it. Yeah, I would steal it. You'd find a
100%
way.
take it.
Especially here in LA, someone could easily tow that thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, how iconic. So what happened with it now? Is it still there?
I think it's still there.
Should we go look at it? Where's the intersection?
It didn't say, it just said in Los Angeles. But I'm sure the Hollywood Fix, like if we went to the actual stores.
DM the Hollywood Fix.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we need to find it.
I want that bus.
Take a picture on it.
Because I think the Hype House was down the street from Joey's house back in the day.
I don't even remember what that looked like. I remember following them, but
I just remember it was up this like giant
Yes.
driveway. Did you ever go to the Hype House?
No. I definitely never did. I liked it though. I was super. I think I bought merch. I think I definitely had Hype House merch. I think I had a lot of merch actually. Like, who did I buy? Like random people I don't even remember now. I used to buy their random. I think I bought little Huddy merch. I definitely bought the Hype House merch. I remember.
Oh my God.
I was into it. You know me. I try to get on any cool trend that's happening. So I was definitely like into Hype House people.
That is so funny.
I would have been way too old to go. That's to me what gets weird is like if you're like going to the Hype House to like hang out. You know what I mean? Like even.
Were they
ironically?
Wasn't the only young one, like only minor, was it Charli? Was she the only minor?
Addison wasn't? Well, Charli definitely was like.
Charli definitely was a minor. I don't know if Addison was at the time. Because when was this, 2020?
And how old is Addison Rae?
Let's see.
She might have been a freshly turned 18, as the boys like to say.
She's 23. So, and she was born in 2000.
Okay.
So 2020, yeah, she would have been like 20. Yeah.
Yeah, so probably just Charli.
Yeah, and I don't think Charli actually lived there.
Oh, okay. So
I don't
she was
think.
just
Yeah.
hanging out.
But yeah, I remember it was like down the street. And then they had it got like so popular that they had to start like putting all these signs in front of the driveway to stop people from trying to go up there. And they put like cameras out because it was like a long driveway. Like you had to like you entered like it was off the street, but it was a long driveway up all the way to the top of the hill. Or whatever,
I remember the hill part of it. Yeah, but it was kind of like empty, right? There was like no furniture in it or something. Yeah. It was so weird, and people were like staying there. But like,
did you ever watch the Netflix show of it?
No, I kind of was over it by then because that came a few years later, right? And it wasn't the original like. Right?
It wasn't the original crew. It was I remember
Allison
Nikita
Cover?
was in it.
Nikita, which I don't even remember Nikita being in Hype House. Like
I don't remember either. I think she was just like she kind of just put herself in there.
She's like, I admire. She's very James Charles with like hops to different groups and stuff. By the way, Nikita's making a comeback. She's collabed with a contacts company. Did you see that?
No.
She kind of looks really good. She's like on the. Actually, I think Joey was with her in front of a billboard. I literally think this was like yesterday I saw it. She was like, there was like a giant like billboard of her face with this like eye contact company. And she had this party. She looked really fierce. She was in a pink wig, a pink dress. And Joey, I think, was like, had his arm around her posing next to it. It might still be on his Instagram.
Oh my God, she does look really good.
Yeah, she looks really good. And she looks like the old Nikita, but like a refreshed version and happy version.
I would love for you to interview Nikita.
I would actually love it. Because you know what? When you said Hype House, it brought me back to the drama with Nikita. We were going back and forth on Twitter.
I remember you guys going back and forth, but I don't remember why.
She's like, who's on the billboard, honey? And I was like, no one even knows. Yeah, she gonna ate me for sure. You know me. Yeah, she ate me up. I can't battle like that. I'm just not good at like comebacks. I remember feeling really anxious about it too because I was like, I don't really, like I don't know. I didn't know her like that, but I don't know why. Why the hell was I coming for her? I can't even remember.
I don't remember. I remember the back and forth, but I forget why.
I know. It's probably something embarrassing, but for me. But I love seeing her. It was
your angry era, though, where you kind of were just, like, going off on anyone.
No. I was definitely angry, and I don't know why. Especially with her, God, I really don't know why. And I feel really bad. And also because she had a little bit of, like, a meltdown and then all the public stuff with her legally. Like, it made me really sad for her, and I always feel sad. And then I'm like, okay, she probably was going through a lot. She probably got a lot of hate just for being trans. People just hate on them anyways. Yes. So I think in general, I don't like to dogpile. So I don't really know what the hell I was doing, but I apologize, Nikita Dragon. And I feel like she's like turned her life around. I think, everyone has their like problems, but.
Yeah. And she took time away to work on herself, which is like the ultimate.
Yeah. I think that's a big key. I think that's when people can see like, okay, they're trying, that they're not just saying sorry and then like coming back,
Yeah. Like actually doing the work. Who?
Yeah.
Is that Daniel?
No, Daniel's in Zion right now.
Yeah, it's just another bearded tall guy.
Joey was definitely there though. He definitely was with her.
This was like a big event. I'm surprised we weren't on the pink carpet.
I know. I would have.
Nikita.
That's where I want to be. Brittany Broski could never. I'm going to the pink carpet. That's where I'm going. She can have Game of Thrones. She can
have House of the Dragons.
Yeah, House of Dragons.
But we want the Nikita. We weren't even at the contact event.
I know, we didn't get invited. But I love her.
We weren't at the contact event.
She's fierce. She looks amazing.
She looks so good.
I think her story would be like so fascinating. Everyone like hypes up Gypsy Rose, but it's like we should hype up like Nikita.
That was sad. The whole thing, like her when she got arrested and stuff, like that was.
She was unwell. Like she clearly was like unwell. Nobody was helping her. People, all this stuff like that. And then to be exploited. You remember when like with the judge, and she was asking the judge, and that got released, and she's like, I don't feel safe in like the men's. What was she had to be in the men's prison or something? Yeah, which is like wild. Like why? Like it was fucked up. I feel like she's had like so many fucked up experiences, and I feel for her.
I don't know. Like I remember on her TikTok like last year, when she was first starting to come back, like she took time to be with like her family and like her little cousins and stuff, which was really sweet.
She was doing like ASMR.
Yeah, she went to church.
Oh, like, I love it. Yeah. So I feel like people should go to church a lot, and I feel like some people like really need that, right? They need to find like
something
a direction. Yeah, and I think that's better than going to like heroin or something. You know what I mean? Like,
and as long as it's not like like limiting other people's rights, like if it's like the good side,
right? Like putting like harmful rhetoric. Like I think we talked about this before. Was it Lohanthony who like got converted?
The conversion
therapy. It's like like religion. Then I'm like, that's a big yikes when they're like, we're gonna help you not be gay.
But
like,
if it's just like being a nicer person,
then... exactly, or just like finding hope. Like there's hope.
So right, yes, just having something to live for.
I mean that's why Kurt was angry because he's like, why would God make me like this? That's why I don't, and that was the tea. He's right. He's like, why would God want people to make fun of me? T. Kurt knew.
What if God was one of us? I remember that episode so vividly.
God, those cover songs they chose were so wild. And they had the grilled cheeses, and he was like,
I love the grilled cheeses.
It was good. It's good.
What was the restaurant called in Glee? Breadsticks?
Breadsticks.
Love breadsticks.
That was what they were competing for. They had to do duets, and whoever won got unlimited breadsticks. And
we should do I was going to say we should do like a Glee watch back podcast, but I forgot Kevin McGill and Jenna Ushkowitz are already on that.
Is it still on?
I think so. I don't think they finished Glee yet.
I love that. I want to go on as just a fan.
They have guests all the time. So
like fans or like people from the show?
It's like people who watch the show. Like they have had like YouTubers who've done reaction videos to Glee on. Like Mike's Mike was on. He did a Glee episode.
Oh, I love.
So yeah, I feel like we could be on it.
They casted extras. I remember this was the years I was an extra, and I remember they cast extras, and I like never got on. I think they had to be skinny to be an extra. I don't think there was ever like a fat extra on there.
Or maybe it's because I don't know. Was it because they had to be like high school?
But I mean, like 2000. What was like 2010, right?
And there was like
I was only like 20.
They were older. Like a lot of them were older than you. Like the stars, like Corey Monteith.
Oh, for sure. Old. They all were older than me for sure. So I was like 20, but I remember like. For like the Cheerios, they needed like backgrounds for them. Oh. And I remember girls who were on it like so much, and they got called back a lot. And I remember they needed so many extras. I think they filmed it at Paramount, and I was like really close to it. Yeah. And I was like, I wanted to be on it so bad, and they never cast me for an extra. I was so sad.
You would have been so good on Glee.
Oh, I would have loved. I would have loved. Oh man, that would have been a good one. I like Glee. Like watching it now. Moses does not like it though because we were watching it, and even last night he's like, "Is there anything else?" And I'm like, "There's literally not anything else." So then we went to Ninja versus Ninja again. I was like, "I guess if you'd rather watch that, we can watch it." It's good though. Like the show is good. There's certain episodes that are better than others.
Yeah,
but...
just some episodes are like down.
It's an emotional roller coaster for sure.
Through to the higher highs.
They have some good. They have some funny moments though. Like I see clips and I'm like, oh, that was actually really funny.
Yeah, and then there's really problematic ones too. And I was like, how is this show even on?
I was a Gleek.
Were
for
you?
The first few seasons. Yeah, I went to a meet and greet at the Grove, and it was Corey Monteith. Mark Salem. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I forgot who else. It wasn't Leah Michelle. It was one of the girls. I think I have a photo with Corey Monteith. I loved Corey Monteith.
Yeah,
I
love him
sweet.
too. Oh, was he nice?
Corey was really, really sweet.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it like? I love they have a picture with everybody. Like that's kind of iconic.
I have to find it. I know I posted it to my Facebook or something because I loved it. It was like before it took off. It was just the pilot episode came out.
No way.
Yeah, just that one episode, and they already like released the soundtrack. So it was before it was huge.
And you were there at the meet and greet?
At the Grove, yeah. I remember. I had to wait in line.
Was it Barnes & Noble?
Yes, you had to buy the CD, you got a little ticket, then you waited in line.
Holy shit.
I wore a red American Apparel like hoodie zip up with like a yellow shirt underneath. So it was Glee colors.
Yeah, you're like, I'm thin right now.
I remember I posed like this.
You did?
Yeah.
That's amazing that you were like in on it before it was big. That's crazy.
I remember that episode came out. I remember it was like the summer before like, new TV season. I think it was because they just like shot the pilot and they were trying to build hype for it. So they filmed it. They aired it early, like months before the rest of the season. I have such like vivid Glee memories. I don't know why.
What year is this?
Off about, I was a freshman in high school.
So
Since 2007, 2006, 2007.
okay, so yeah, that was like my first year. So I was like 19, so I could have been
you
on there.
totally could have been a
Yeah.
Cheerio.
I remember like that, and I remember seeing the casting, and and you would see the casting over and over, like every day. We're like, we need Glees right now to Paramount, and we need a rush casting, and I would submit instantly. I would never get it, and I was like, what the hell? It was so weird, and I was young, maybe because I was too tan. I was very tan. I looked very orange. And I was like, this is probably why I never got
era.
cast. Yeah. I think people probably like, you look like you're a 40-year-old chain smoker. Like, we are not putting you in there. So that could be why.
I wish you should just lie and like say that you were like show a screenshot and it's like the backside of a blonde girl. Like, this is me.
Oh, yeah, that's me right there. Then somebody went, yeah, that's true. I could still say that. Just Photoshop myself AI in there. No.
I would die.
That would have been everything. I guess if they needed like a stripper, I could have played that. That's all I got casted for. Shane Dawson casted me as a stripper off LA Casting, so I guess that's where I was being
Well,
at.
if it reboots with Chapel, I feel like you could totally be a teacher, like a
Pink
religion
pony-
teacher there or
Yeah.
something, who's
Ooh.
like a liberal religion teacher who's like the
Oh,
the
liberal
positive-
religion. I love
who's
that.
like also a lesbian, maybe.
Yeah.
Lesbian
Oh.
liberal religious teacher.
Oh, I would love that. Absolutely, yes. Oh my God, that would be everything. Oh, I would love to do that. Yeah, because Matthew Morrison was definitely, trigger warning, he was definitely like an ick teacher. He like wanted to be with the kids and like play Rocky that was like in a Speedo. And I was like, what is
And
your
he discovered
problem?
Finn Hudson while he was singing in the shower in the locker room.
Ew, why? Why was he in there? He wasn't a coach. Yeah.
He just heard Finn singing in the shower at
And he was
school.
naked?
Yeah, he was literally showering. And he like went over there. And heard, yeah.
Mr. Shu was a huge red flag. He is. And he always wants to be with the kids and like be in the production with them. And I'm like, stop. Like, he's so ick in so many levels. And then the
And
thing
he sang a lot of sexual songs, right?
always.
Like
Everything
Usher and stuff.
Yeah, he did Usher. They did the touch me, which like, I want to feel dirty. We just watched that one, and he's like literally naked, and the girls are like looking at him through the window. I was like, this is such a weird scenario. To Leah Michelle, to what's her name on the show? Rachel Berry. He's singing like "Young Girl, Get Out of My Mind," and like what's the other one? Like "Don't Stand Too Close to Me," which is literally about like a teacher and a young girl. I was like, this is all a little bit creepy. He's like, young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. He's like, she wants him so badly, so hard, it's all to breathe. I'm like, well, this is so creepy.
Wasn't
He's
it
like,
the police sting?
yeah, he did that. And then he's like, young girl, get out of my mind. My love for you is, which is like, the context of the song obviously was so inappropriate for the way they're singing it in high school. He's singing it to like a student. I was like, why are you
How
singing
weird.
this? Yeah, because the original people who sang it in the 60s, like it was about a young, it's like Donny Osmond singing young girl when he's like 13 to a 13-year-old girl. Like that's the song. And he's like singing as a teacher to the student. I was like, this is,
Well, the whole Rocky
weird.
Horror Show episode,
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
he's just like wanting to get his girl and getting her.
But he wants to be naked. He
yeah,
was, and then he's
testing
like,
himself.
he's like, instead of you, who's the guy Chord Overstreet? I forget his character's name, but like the hot blonde guy. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
he comes out in this little thing. He's like, actually, I'm going to be that role. I was like, oh no.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
Like
Stamos
little
was in.
undies, right?
Yeah. And he's like, and then they show him naked in that one. He's shirtless in one scene with the guidance counselor. I was like, nobody wants to see this at all. Like I remember just watching him. I'm like, this is like why people think he's creepy because this character is not it.
That show was a roller
Yeah.
coaster.
It was a roller coaster. It was good, but definitely, I don't know if they can make it. Probably, I guess Ryan Murphy can make anything because he's Ryan Murphy. So I'm down for it. If they do Chaperone, I could sing Pink Pony Club as a lesbian teacher.
Let's be a religious teacher. Like
Yeah.
helping the young gay kid and be like that would be like your uplifting song to them. It's like Pink Pony Club. And it's me in the background like bop,
Yeah.
bop, like shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, Pink Pony
You
Club.
could be like the piano player. He's in every scene. And we're like, damn, he literally doesn't want to
I
be
was
there.
literally asking her, like, what is
Yeah.
this guy, like, what's his story? How does it even work?
Yeah.
He's always just around.
He's just the teacher.
Yeah.
He's just the piano player for everything. That would actually be everything. And then like Kurt's son could be there or something like, or maybe the Kurt's daughter who's lesbian.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
yes.
we just turn all lesbian now. The L
It's
for
like
lesbian.
lesbians, trans only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would actually be so
That'd be
fierce.
everything.
Let's do it for sure.
Oh my god, we have to get
Ryan
on
Murphy.
the Glee, the Jenna Ushkowitz, Kevin McHale podcast, and then pitch it, and then go from
Yeah.
there. Because they probably still talk to Ryan Murphy, maybe.
I doubt it.
You think?
No, they would be in like American Horror Story or something.
I guess that's true.
Like, what is Leah Michelle was in like Scream Queens and stuff.
yeah, and like Emma Roberts is always in a Ryan Murphy production, but
Yeah.
someone's got to have a Ryan. We got to have a Ryan Murphy contact. The Rose Bros from the Rose Bros.
Call
you
your
can
friend.
Yeah.
I'll call my hairdresser who's dating one of them. Yeah,
out.
I'll be like, hey, what's
Shout
up?
out DPU.
Shout out DPU, which no, RIP DPU.
Is it gone?
It's gone.
Oh,
I know. Maybe they sell products, but the house is definitely, the content house is no longer
So it's
there.
like the hype house. All content houses are pretty much
Yeah.
wiped out these days.
Yeah, that's
In danger.
probably for the
Yeah.
better.
True. And the buses, apparently.
Yeah. It seems a little like not a good place to conjugate or coagulate. What is the word? What's come together? Conjugate.
Conjugate.
Yeah, okay.
Congregation. It's like
Oh, maybe congregate. Yeah,
Congregate. Or coagulate.
No, coagulate is blood.
Oh, okay. Congregate?
I think congregate is correct. Which one did you say?
Conjugate.
I think that's what has to do with verbs.
I think that's
conjugating
like
verbs.
sex in prison.
Oh.
Right, like conjugal visits. Something.
Give the different form as the very... oh, yeah. It's like changing the different forms of verbs.
Changing the different verbs. Okay. I love that. Well, one of those is what we are.
One of those.
One of those. Did we get to any hot topics?
I feel like we've touched upon a few.
Okay. I have so many, but they don't go with the flow of the show. Because I'm like, I don't know, but we can do other ones that go with the flow. I want to, yeah.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
Oh, we got the new clock. Can you see the clock? Oh, I love how big that is.
Oh, I didn't even see the clock.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I love it. Oh, that's sick. I love this big clock. You gotta do a little B-roll for Jimmy to put in there. It looks like a real studio now. God, we've been going 2 hours. I literally have like 5,000 hot topics, but like, damn. I guess we have a second hot topics coming this week, but I have so many. I mean, none of it's important. I just want to go. I wanted to go. OC Fair has like Taste of Food right now, where you can just go taste all the food for $5.
Ooh,
yeah, but I think,
love fair food.
I love fair food.
Right? It's just all like the
corn dogs, fried Oreos, nachos.
Yeah,
nachos look bomb. The nachos at the movies were not it. Like there was cold cheese that tasted weird.
I think we got different nachos last time. We got the real nachos last time.
I think we got both. Like I usually love the plastic.
Oh, you're
kind.
right. We did get both.
Yeah, I know. I did love those nachos though. We should have gotten those. That was a mistake.
I know. I forgot about those ones. Those ones were good because they put a little seasoning on it.
That probably would have been good because those chicken tenders were good. But yeah, I think I got sick from the popcorn. Also, we're looking for the floor. Am I saying it right? Floor or plur? The Nara Smith.
I don't know how to. PHLUR. Fleur?
Fleur. We're looking for the heavy cream perfume.
Yeah, a new fragrance that was inspired by Nara Smith.
Yes.
They sold me as soon as they said that. Inspired by Nara Smith.
Know.
Can you... I feel like she has no association with it.
Oh, really?
I haven't seen her in any...
but they're marketing it like that? She must be associated with it.
You think?
Yeah, like you can't market it. Like, it smells like Trisha Paytas. Like, you know? That's crazy. And it's a new scent, so... I want to get it, and I've been searching for it on eBay and stuff, and I can't find it
she
anywhere.
hasn't posted about it.
I guess it's a really popular brand, Fleur.
Yeah, I'm just getting into...
Scents. You're a scent queen.
Yeah, because now, ever since I, started talking about the heavy cream one, now I keep getting, scent recommendations in my algorithm, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds delicious. You know, it's like all...
they have a bunch of, sugar, vanilla,
yeah, it's
that
caramel.
Kind of stuff. Yeah.
Which Sabrina Carpenter had a new one that I wanted to get too. Is it cherry?
I got it.
Is it good?
No.
Oh, shoot.
I know. It's cute, but not good.
Was her caramel one good?
I don't. Is that the pink one? I got a pink one that's not good either.
Oh, like the original?
Yeah. Oh, there was a caramel. Was it in brown or something?
I think the brown one. Yeah, it was one of the first ones.
I think it just was... I don't know. I ordered mine through the mail, so maybe... I usually don't like getting perfume through the mail, so maybe it was in the heat or something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because the cherry one was actually horrible, and I love Sabrina Carpenter. It's very cute, but I don't think it's the vibe.
Yeah. The Fleur, whatever it is. It's really popular. Cream. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nara Smith one is I guess it's fruity, but vanilla-y. Which I love. I love
need to
vanilla.
Try it. I know. Anything that smells like Nara Smith. I know. Oscar texted me. He's like, "Did you see the Nara Smith scent?" I'm like, "No." But then
I was researching Hot Topics and I just saw this new fragrance inspired by Nara Smith. I was sold. How do we get it?
I know. I looked. I was trying to instantly order it, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's nowhere."
I signed us up for alerts if it restocks.
Oh, okay. So. Me too. I signed. I love an alert because sometimes I forget what I wanted, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I wanted that." You know what I mean? I always do an alert. I guess I don't need to remind myself what I don't remember, you know? Oh, actually, you do want to order this.
I love Chapel's wrestling outfit at Lollapalooza. I want to cosplay as it so bad.
It's so funny. I literally was going to cosplay. I was going to get that made, but I'm like, is it creepy if I do too many cosplays of Chapel Brown? And no acknowledgement. Not that I need an acknowledgement, but it's maybe she doesn't like it. You know, Ariana Grande with certain people will probably okay, stop.
Oh, yes.
You know?
I saw, because we talked about Paige Neiman cosplaying as Ariana. Yeah. And then I saw there was a controversy because Paige has OF, but she uses her Ariana cosplays to market, which I guess Ariana has said before she doesn't like. I didn't know that, but
I understand.
I totally,
yeah. If you're a lookalike and be here's my OF, as Ariana's white eyeliner makeup and stuff, it's that's a little bit misleading. That would be gross for sure.
Yeah, because it's oh, I can't have Ariana, but I can have. It's almost like an AI version of it, right? Because it's so close.
No, yeah,
know.
using someone's like it's clearly she's using her likeness because that's her whole page is Ariana Grande. So you're using someone's likeness, which would be annoying, and especially if you're doing brand deals and stuff. But if you're doing like explicit stuff where like obviously that's Ariana, not Ariana's brand at all, and even if it was, she should be making the money off of it. But it's like, yeah, I could see that. I would be so annoyed. I'd be so annoyed.
Yeah, and I guess like you can't do anything like from a legal standpoint with like lookalikes. I don't know.
You should be able to, like, your likeness is being used
because it is so similar.
Yeah, like the not even a question because she's using the song, she's using the makeup. Like it's not even a question that it's the same likeness, and she's using it for like adult content, which is like 10 times worse. I think it's one thing also too if she's taking sponsorships, you could probably still sue her because that's using your likeness for a brand.
I wonder how that works legally. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, that is like icky. I'm sure there's something you could do.
Yeah. We do need a little like lawyer phone whenever we have
Yes.
a little pink bedazzled like
Get a lawyer on the call.
hotline. Yeah.
Email me lawyers.
For $8 an hour.
$8 an hour. That's all I can pay. I will for sure. That'd be great.
That's
to
so
like,
interesting. Like I don't
Yeah.
understand what the law is about like lookalikes.
I guess
like that.
probably why Kim Kardashian went to law school. She doesn't even have to call a lawyer. She's like, I already know because I am the lawyer.
Very that,
you know,
yeah.
kind of smart actually. Is she a lawyer? Is she like legally a lawyer now?
I don't know if she finished her bar exam.
I don't feel like she did. Like she on the show like a season ago. I feel like she was like studying for it or something.
Yeah, I know she's been. Oh yeah, in 2023, she said she was about to take her exam. So maybe by now.
But I think that'd be news, right? Like if she like passed
Past
the bar.
Yeah, I feel like we would know for sure.
Like celebration.
Oh, she shared an update on June 4th.
Oh,
Oh, she passed the baby bar 3 years ago.
what's that mean?
I have no idea what the baby bar is. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Anyone who is listening.
Yeah, I don't know the baby bar. I guess that's good. That's something more than we completed. So
I know we can't pass the baby bar.
I mean, she probably got enough law knowledge.
Oh yeah, she's still studying. So in June, she posted that she was studying hearsay exceptions, and it's her least favorite subject in law school. Hearsay.
Hearsay.
Okay.
I feel like that's the easiest one. I know what hearsay is. You know, like object, hearsay. Like I know those words.
What's hearsay?
Hearsay is like just what you've heard, right?
Oh,
Right?
Yeah, I think you ate. Yeah.
I don't know. Like hearsay just sounds like that. Like that's all hearsay. Like what is being said but not confirmed.
Yes.
Because I know people say
Gossip.
yeah. They're like objection, Your Honor, hearsay. You're right.
That's a good podcast name, Hearsay.
Hearsay. Ooh, I like that.
Network.
Hearsay. Yeah, I like it. I feel like habeas corpus would be difficult. I know it's from Legally Blonde, but she's just like
What is
habeas
that?
corpus. I don't know, but it's just like a law term that sounds difficult. Legally Blonde said it. Elle Woods would say it. She's like habeas corpus, and I just feel like that one would be difficult.
Requiring a person under arrest to be brought before a judge or into court, especially to secure the person's release unless lawful grounds are shown for their detention. I
Confusing.
can't even process that. Yeah.
Law goes over my head so much. That's why we just say allegedly. We just don't know anything.
We just keep ourselves safe. Yeah.
Yeah. The law stuff, I don't know. But Ariana I would 100% sue if I was Ariana. Because if you're like it's like, you know, you're using your likeness for adult content. Like that's ick.
Yeah, you would. That's why I'm like.
If that's true. Do we
I
know
guess
that's a legend? Maybe we don't know if that's true that she's doing that.
I don't know. She is doing OF. I don't know what she shows though. Like it could just be.
But
like,
she's.
But yeah, I don't
But
know.
her whole page is Ariana.
Yeah.
Or her looking like Ariana.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so. It's like I guess it's new, right?
Yeah.
Like OF is new. These like the viral like lookalikes are new. And the law is like so behind on catching up with like
That's true.
traditional things. Like the AI stuff they're gonna have to deal with in a couple years, but by then it'll be like so far past it.
Yeah,
You know? So it's like
taken
there's
over.
such a weird delay. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But-
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Ugh, I know. That's why I love to cosplay, but I never want to be like too weird.
Yeah.
You know
At
what
least
I
you
mean?
still have your Trish thing. You make it pink, like, you know.
Yeah, you make it pink. And that's how I always feel too, like being like, again, not to bring whatever, being fat, you know? No one's going to confuse me with Ariana or Chapel Roan, you know, because my body alone.
Malibu would.
Yeah, that's true. All the comments are like, can't tell the difference. Like, which one is which?
Who's singing on TV?
Mama sing.
Is Mama singing?
So they can, I appreciate that, and they can appreciate that too. So we love it. I love a cosplay moment, though. I hope people like it. I hope they like it. But I do sometimes think like, is this weird? You know?
I guess it goes like when you start getting like work done as well. It's like
To like look
get
like
the same
them.
facial features. Then I feel like that's like oh, that's not, you know.
Yeah, you're doing too much. Yeah,
versus
I know.
just makeup, you know.
I had a lavender wig on this morning, and I literally looked like Kelly Osbourne. I was like, I should not. I don't think I should wear this today. It was really pretty, but it was like this length too, and I was like, God, I'm gonna look like Kelly.
Wait, I need to see with that's not. Does she have like a
she had like a pompadour. Yeah, she did.
I would live if you cosplayed the black leather jacket.
That's manifesting so bad, getting canceled. I love Kelly, but no. And I love the hair too, but I was like, God, I really am looking too Kelly Osbourne over here.
I love a hair loaf.
Yeah. Is that what, hair loaf? I've never heard it called that.
In drag, it's like, if it's a big, like, structural, like,
ooh, a
thing.
hair loaf.
Yeah,
I like that. I'll have a hair loaf moment. Yeah, her look was iconic, but it's so in your brain, right? Like how she looked during that. And it's just like,
yes, like elbow on the desk.
Yeah. Aw, Callie. I always liked her because, again, she was always like, she was never, even looking back now, like, she was big girl representation, she wasn't even like fat, but I remember watching her like Papa Don't Preach.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, big girl, yes, like me. And then like looking back, I'm like, actually, she was like really normal.
So normal.
Her stomach was flat. I was like, wow, that is crazy how we thought.
So odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those early 2000s, the skinny culture was like insane.
But it's like that now. I really feel like that's still how it is. And even though it's not like in your face, like diet, like every single girl you see is just impossibly skinny. It's just like, that's the beauty standard again. And it's like sad. I think they look great. Like I said, I think I think everyone looks good. That's like thin. Obviously, I love it. But I hate that like that's the inspiration now for everybody. I wish there was more like, I think that's why Bridgerton was a mass hit too, right? Because everyone's like, oh, this is like a sex symbol that's not, 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Because I think 100 pounds is beautiful. I love it. But we have so much of that representation that it's like nice to see curvy representation. Mm-hmm. Rosie O'Donnell, make a comeback.
Where is Rosie?
TikTok.
Is she on TikTok?
Yeah, we always see her, remember? TikTok, you don't stop. That's what she always said on there, right? And she goes, hey, TikTok, you don't stop. She's on with Kathy Griffin.
Oh, I do love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it too. It's so great. So I love that she's on TikTok. I guess I should reach out to her. I don't know.
You should.
She probably wouldn't like me because she's so like political and stuff, and I just don't have an opinion on that stuff. And I feel like people who are so into it are like, how can you not have an opinion? I'm like, I'm dumb. Like that's it. That's just the thing. Like dumb. So I think she wouldn't like me. But I loved her, especially back in the day. She was kind of like the original Ellen, where like everyone wanted to be her friend. Everyone's like, this Rosie's so nice. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but she's fierce. I actually have a Rosie O'Donnell wig now. It's kind of like she has this like gray like side haircut. I love it so much, and I have a gray wig. And my wig person never wants to put it on me. He's like, no, it looks like you're 70 years old. But I'm like, no, but it's such a slay. Like I want to wear it. So one day when he's not here, I'll have someone else put it on me because it looks so good. It's very like Diane Keaton, but also kind of Rosie O'Donnell. It's like actually gray and black. It's so cool. I'll wear it. I like it. I want to wear gray hair because I want to try it out when I'm getting gray. So I want to see how it looks.
You've never done gray?
I did like a silver kind of gray when I was younger.
Oh.
Yeah. I had it for a while. I feel like.
Oh, I guess the Megan Fox one. Megan was like a little, was it just blue or was it?
That was just blue.
Oh, I thought it was a little gray to blue.
No.
I like silver to blue or something.
I love a silver hair. I had silver hair a lot when I was younger. But this one's full on salt and pepper. Like this is like gray hair. I really want to wear it though. I really just want to see what it looks like. Especially while I'm young, because when you're older, you get the wrinkles and stuff like that. But I just want to see it while I'm young. Youngish. That should be a show. Wasn't there a show called like, Blackish, Grownish,
Youngish?
Wasn't there a show with Hilary Duff called like Young something?
Younger.
Oh, so that's probably the same thing, right? Like kind of the same
no
concept.
relation to Grownish or Blackish.
It's not?
But no. I think it was like Sutton Foster, a Broadway diva, right?
Yes, Sutton Foster.
She lied about her age. She lied about being young for like a job. And then she ended up like, then she was in a relationship with like Nico Tortorella, and she like also was lying to him about being young, like Hilary Duff's age.
Oh, and was he young? That's a problem then.
No, and not like young. It was like 30. She was like 45 or something crazy. And they were like 30, so she lied about being like 30.
Oof, lying about your age though is a big red flag. That's a big ick.
Yeah, I think she got lied
for dating. What purposes?
Yeah, I think she met him at the job. I think so. She got like trapped in it because I think it was like. I could totally be remembering this wrong, but I think it was like a fashion-y kind of New York job. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like a magazine or something where you had to be younger.
Yeah.
Youngish.
That's a good name for a show, Youngish. I like the concept of it. I think that's cool. I never saw it. God,
I saw like
wasn't a lot.
one season, but
was that all it was, right? Or was
it was
more?
A couple?
Oh,
I think
really?
It was like maybe 3, but
I want to watch it. I wonder if it's on something. Maybe that's a show we can start watching. Maybe it's like stream. It's old
I
again.
love the delay of like just shows that are like so far gone that it's like...
But that would be a good one. Did she sing on it?
I don't know.
I think she's singing the one where she's a ballerina, like Bunheads or something. I feel like she's saying
Bunheads.
Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Yes.
On ABC Family.
Christian Borle was on there with her too. That was her husband at the time.
That show only got one season, and I remember being so upset that it only got one season.
Did
I
you
was
love
like, we
it?
need more. Yeah, I
love that you
literally
know
don't
these
remember
shows.
anything about it,
I
but
don't
I remember
either.
at the time loving it and then being upset that it was canceled.
That's so funny. I wonder
Yeah.
how old you were when it came out.
I don't know. My friend
High
Alexis, the daughter of Fat Mama, she also her like Twitter handle was like Justice for Bunheads for like a really long time.
I love that
she loves
so
Bunheads
much.
and she like is still trying to get it renewed somehow. I don't
Bring
know.
back
That's her platform.
Bunheads with Son Foster. You know, another show I was an extra on was called Big. Did you remember that show?
That sounds familiar. Who
It was
on it?
It was about a fat camp, and I think it was David Hasselhoff's daughter.
On ABC Family.
Yes.
Yes. And like
Yes.
the poster for it was like something like in a lake, I want to say.
Yes. And we filmed it. Yeah, I remember. I think it was, God, where was it? It was like on a set thing, and it was like this whole camp thing, and I was like a background person, like throwing a ball. I was like one of the fatties out there. Yeah. But I never saw the show. I do remember there were like benches for it, like park benches and stuff like that. And I like thought I could like upgrade to a part there. But like I remember it was David Hasselhoff's daughter. I love that you remember that. And yeah,
Was her
that
name
gonna-
Haley Hasselhoff?
Haley Hasselhoff,
How do I
think.
remember
Yes!
that? Oh my god.
Was Nikki Blonsky on
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
I think she was on it.
I was like thinking of something else, but I think she was, yeah. And I was like literally in the background for real of one of those shows, like on the camp, like literally throwing a ball back and forth. And I loved once again being casted in that kind of show because you don't have to show up skinny. Like they just expected you to be fat, and it was great.
I really remember those posters. Like, oh, was it called Huge?
Huge.
Yes,
Yes. Yeah, big as like
Yes.
Tom Hanks. Yeah,
yes,
huge.
and then it was like, yeah, okay, now I'm seeing
What
it.
a
It was
horrible
Nikki
name.
Blonsky was like on the
Yes.
in like the bathing suit.
Yeah.
She's on by the lake, like trying to cover up.
God, they were so
That
lucky to
was
get to be in there.
wild.
I would love for that to come back. Because the original movie was at Heavyweights. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
With Ben Stiller. And there was like a fat guidance counselor. I would love to remake that movie and I get to be like the guidance counselor that's like fat and all the kids like look up to. That would be so fun. Again, with girls. They should do that, but like the girl version of Heavyweights. It would be so much fun. Oh, love it. Please
Oh my
cast
God,
me in that.
2010. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was so that's the year I was doing extra work, I guess, then. Like here and there. I don't remember much of it, but I remember that too when we were talking about whatever we were just talking about. Fat Mama. I was thinking, I was like, what did I think of that? I need more of those kind of shows. Just Mike and Molly.
I was hoping to see like if I googled Trisha Paytas Huge.
Would it come up? It's just like another one that I don't really remember, but I know I like did, and I did it a couple episodes. And nothing comes up. It's not even on my IMDb. There's so many shows I forgot I was on that like I can't even.
I know. Someone needs to go
remember.
back and rewatch it and like look for you.
Yeah, go watch Huge wherever you can find that streaming. I really want someone else to find me on the dating show Who Wants to Date a Comedian because I won that competition, that whole show, and I'm like, I need to find this because I don't know. I know it aired like late at night at like 2 a.m., but like I can never find clips from it. And I had to do challenges, and I beat out all these girls, and I kept advancing into the competition. And I ended up winning this whole like dating show. And it's the only dating show I ever did, and I want someone to find that clip. It was a rock climbing challenge, and all the girls went to the top, and I was the only one who couldn't move, and I still got he kept me because he was trying to lift my butt up there, and so I was like, okay, it's probably a wild show. Find all the shows I've been in because I forget too. I like don't remember. I wouldn't even tell you guys I got this new backpack from Walmart. It's the official Wicked merch that finally came out. Have you not seen these backpacks? It's finally like the first movie merch. What? It's a sleigh.
I forgot to tell you guys. I got this
It's like
backpack
show
from
and tell.
Walmart.
We should do show and tell every episode because I feel like you always want to bring in something. I feel like we should always show something. This would be my show and tell if we were in school. This backpack slays.
Oh my god!
It's the official merch. That's why I get the tag
You are gonna
on.
lose it when all the like they have so many licensing deals with so many companies that
Oh my
I
God.
fear for like how much money will be spent because there's so many. There's like literally like already there's like the dolls, there's Hot Topics, there's
Oh, I know.
there's Walmart, there's Target, like there's all these lines already.
It's gonna be Barbie 2.0 because Barbie came out at a time when we did not have the money to spend, and I was spending it everywhere. Moses was so annoyed. It was like Ulta, Cold Stone, Target, Hot Topic, popcorn buckets after popcorn buckets after popcorn buckets. I was just going everywhere. Aldo had shoes, like anything that was Barbie. I like bought the dolls, like everything. It was crazy, and yeah, I go a little nuts. Popular Wicked will be definitely one of those for sure. But
At least you know going into it.
yeah, we're saving now. Some people go to Maui with their money, and we go to buy Wicked merch. That's our way of spending the money.
I feel like we've been putting it off the whole episode, but obviously Brooke's tweets have gone viral over this past weekend. I think on Twitter alone, they got like over 10 million views after they were shared at Pop Crave. And yeah, I mean, they're bad. And I think obviously Brooke has acknowledged just how bad they are too, but it it is a little bit triggering to me too, because obviously, like, I am like white passing, but I am like a second generation immigrant. You know, my parents immigrated from Cuba and Peru, and my grandparents came. They didn't speak English. So as like a Latino second generation immigrant, it was like a little bit triggering too. So I understand like why a lot of people like are upset, but do I personally think Brooke is still the person that she is in this tweets? I don't, because it would just be so like hypocritical of me to like champion someone who so much and like stand by them and support them so much if I believe them to be, you know, to be racist. So I don't think she is still this person now, but it's like that is just my opinion, and I would never influence anyone else. Like, I completely understand how there's like some POC people that choose not to forgive her. And, you know, I do think of you a lot because I think you, even throughout this whole podcast, you know, if things come up, you express that you apologize again. But I think you always say, you have this kind of like disclaimer, look, if you don't forgive me for the things I've said or done, I totally understand why you don't like me, you know? And I feel like that is kind of the situation where it's like you can't force anyone to forgive you. You know, it's up to the individual person whether or not they choose to, you know, see the change and the growth and believe you, you know? So I was thinking about you a lot because I think that really is kind of where Brooke is now. All she can do is like try her best to show the growth and the change and demonstrate that. But obviously no one owes her forgiveness, you know? And
I think that's like the main thing is this is something that will stay with her forever and people will look at her differently. Like, it's just how it is. And like you said too, yeah, like I've always said that is like no one's entitled to forgiveness. It's great when people can, because I feel like that is the only way people like grow and change. But I mean, those are like horrible. They're horrific. They're really hurtful. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's obviously hard for me to talk about because I am white. So it's just like, they hurt me, so I can't even imagine, like, right, and like you're obviously, like you said, a person of color and stuff like that, and then like the Black community is like, my whole For You page is this, and it's like I'm listening to like Black content creators talk about this, and like just like I think they're, you know, the hurt that like the way it cuts deeper for them and stuff like that isn't being like acknowledged, and like what they're saying like makes sense, and it's like that's all I've been listening to. So it's like I know I'm not the person to comment really on this at all, but it would be weird to like not talk about it since one, Brooke has been on this, you know, podcast a lot. Yeah, I think there's certain things you just can't walk back. Like this will be with her forever. Like that's just how it is. I mean, there's stuff I've said that you can never walk back, and people will always think of you. There will always be people who just think you're a bad person, and like rightfully so, right? Some people believe that people can't change. Some people believe people just mask it because they get popular, whatever. Like, and everyone, that's what you should, you know, people show you this and they should believe that. So it's like, there's no defense I have for this at all. Like, there's just none. You know somebody and, you don't know them as this person. These tweets came out and like shocked, right? Like, you're shocked. I think there's so many people who have like bad tweets where it's like, still horrible when you just like say slurs and it's really, really bad. And then it's like this other thing when there's like specific victims that get called out. And I think, I don't know, it's like, it's, as you can tell, it's like super hard for me to talk about because again, I can't fully comprehend. I see these tweets, I'm like, oh my God, this is horrific. I think everyone can agree to that, but it's like seeing people, a whole community rather, people that are just so, that it affects their day-to-day life, because Brooke can never, I think even you, like anyone in this room can never really understand what Black people feel, especially with like police and cops and stuff like that on a daily basis.
No, it is hard. Even like I said, I can, as someone who is like Latino, but also like the privilege I have of being like white passing, the fact I never have to like have that fear, you know, because I am like white passing, you know, and it's like, that's why like there's no way to like say, hey, like everyone, like let's forgive her. No, like it is up to the individual people, especially with, like the hurt in the Black community. It's like you can't say, oh, I forgive you, Brooke, because it's not like our apology to accept. You know? Like all I can do is like speak for myself and like my experience with Brooke, and I don't believe she's that person now. That is just like my opinion, but I can't say, hey, everyone, like forgive her, it's all okay. No, like if people are still upset with her, especially this is news to so many people, so it's gonna take time, you know.
And it'll be with her forever, and she'll have to deal with repercussions forever.
It's just unfortunate, but that is what it is, I know. And it's like,
but I guess in the sense, like, she'll have to take accountability for the rest of her life for it. You know what I mean? And I think, and it's like hard for her, but also hard for like a whole group of people that are like her fans and like will continue to be her fans. And again, like I talking from experience too, it's just like you hurt a group of people and it's like you've hurt them forever, and it'll always come up and it'll always be something you have to address. And I think you always have to apologize. You have to like keep apologizing. I think every time it gets brought up, like you have to keep apologizing for like the rest of her life. And I think that's the very minimum, right? To keep apologizing and keep like learning and understanding why it was, you know, so awful. I think like taking it out if we didn't know her, right? You watch the apology and you're just like, oh, like, and a lot of apologies are like this, of people just not really taking full accountability, right? Like placing blame on people is just like, and I've done it too. I've totally done it too, because there's so many people you could blame when in reality, like it was just a really, really bad take and really, I think really hurtful take. Cause again, it's like real life people that she was like talking about and someone who like lost his life and stuff. I don't know. It was really, it's really hard. It's just really hard to talk about. Yeah. And it just feels weird to like not talk about it. I know the people that watch us might be like, oh, well, you know, you're gonna just throw Brooke under the bus, but it's just like, I don't know, like not talking about it would actually feel worse.
I feel like it'd be disingenuous. Like, you know, it's a show where we talk about influencer news all the time.
Yeah.
This is obviously something that's gotten a lot of mainstream pickup. Like it has been covered in a lot of news outlets. It's been on all over TikTok and Twitter, and it's disingenuous for us to be like, just act like it didn't happen just because we're friends with her. You know what I mean? And I feel like the TikTok apology, I feel like it was just rushed because she felt like she obviously like had to say something. This is just me. Like I do hope that she has like a follow-up to it, because I feel like the TikTok one, it was like so like in the moment and she didn't have time to fully like take in all these people's like opinions and people telling her what exact like how this had hurt them. I feel like she just needs to like take time to listen, like just not respond for a minute and literally just like listen to the people. Because like I said, I don't believe her to still hold these beliefs, but I feel like you can't just tweet those things in the past and be like, oh well, that was just in the past. Well, it's still like, it's really triggering to people to see that now, you know, like it's
like still a very relevant issue that people are like facing. And it
and similar cases still like happen, like literally like what, like a week or two ago, like a similar case had just happened. So it still just affects people now. But I personally would hope that she like has a good follow-up and not so much explains it, but more so just like takes accountability and just says like, you know, I hear you and this is how I acknowledge that it was wrong and this is what I'm doing to kind of to further educate myself, because I do think she's made strides in that, again, me personally, from those beliefs to now. But I hope she continues to take this in and grow from it. And at the end of the day, like truly at the very least, I'd rather have someone who was once racist and is no longer racist than to have someone who continues to be racist, at the very, very, very least.
I think it's good that people are loud about this and like talking about it, because it just raises more awareness of don't know it's racist until someone calls you out for it. And again, with me like being called out in so many things where it's like, even if I didn't mean to be offensive or if I didn't know what I was doing was offensive, like it's just good to call people out on that. And like, and just so people are aware, not just that person, but other people that follow and hear the story and stuff like that. It's like, it's good. And also, I don't know, think before you speak, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big one. Again, I know I'm not the person to like comment on this, but I do think conversation is like important, and I enjoy hearing like the Black content creators who have like strong feelings, and rightfully so, and even ones that I follow that are like more like fun and lighthearted, that like have stuff to say about it and why it is. And like you said, listening is like such a big thing. Yeah, I'm sure she'll say more, because I think, again, you don't want to, people were hurt. That's just it. People were hurt. And it's like, you can't walk back that kind of stuff, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. And I think where she was trying to come from for like her TikTok apology was like explaining the circumstances of how she grew up, which I I understand to an extent, like there's the whole argument of like nature versus nurture, right? Like if you are growing up and all your adult figures in your life are, kind of like indoctrinating you with this stuff. And then also the nature part of the element is like with her BPD, it's like you kind of reflect what is around you, right? Like your personality becomes like a reflection of it. I get where she was coming from. I think the initial one though just had to be like more focused on like what I obviously like knowing how wrong it was and how she's tried to like unlearn that, versus like kind of the background on it and like the explanation.
And even if it's something you heard, like still acknowledging now to people now to be like, this is why it's problematic.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Like I think that she should like kind of lead with that, and then the explanation is kind of like background like later. It's not an excuse for it, but it is that like explanation to add like context as to why she believed that could happen like later on. But I do think, like you said, like the initial like discussion should be about like why this rhetoric is like so incorrect and like unjust, But,
and there'll be repercussions forever for it, you know what I mean? Like it's not like someone's like, oh, they just forget about this in a few days, maybe the internet does, but in general, like you'll like have to face this over and over again. And I mean that's just how it goes, and I feel like that's just the way you learn lessons, like really hard, and it just again, I'm saying this as someone who's obviously said some hurtful things in the past. It's just like one of those things where it's just like you just constantly, you have to keep living your life. There's obviously you just keep moving forward, but it's like acknowledging it and keep acknowledging it, because there'll be a whole new people that find stuff and you're like, let me acknowledge this again.
You can never act annoyed that people are bringing it up. Because
never.
It's rightfully so. People are hurt by it.
And I think asking for forgiveness is a big thing rather than like feeling like entitled to it or just saying sorry. It's like, like if you will forgive me, like I'm working on it, and people do. But I think it just takes so much time to see change and growth, right? Like obviously like I've been working on myself, but it takes a long time, right? People are like, well, Trisha does this, or I still think she's like this, which again, very, very much entitled to, or very much it makes sense why people would think that way. And it's definitely not mean to forgive or to say like the apology was great or it's good or she's doing better. It's like,
it's like no one's place here is to be like, great apology, we forgive you. Just everyone forgive her, move on. Like it literally is up to the individual. Like we can't influence anyone to be persuaded a certain way. But all, like I said, for me personally, I don't believe she's this person, and I genuinely hope that she rises to the occasion and puts in a lot of work to get on that journey of forgiveness, which I think and hope that she does. And like you said, like it's just it is a long road, and not everyone is going to forgive, but I hope that she takes it as an opportunity to, use her platform and really like amplify the voices that are hurt right now, and time will tell, but I am rooting for that to happen, because I feel like a lot of like her POC fans already maybe like felt like a minority, and then with this too, like it could be very hurtful, so I hope that she takes the time and really reflects and listens to them and grows from it. That's really, literally all you can do at this point. So there's no going back. There's no anything. You just got to like move forward. And then she has such a big voice and such a big platform right now. So it's like almost in a way like a good time to talk about it. Like, because it's all the spotlight is on her. So it's like, it'd be a good time to like I think we just talked about it so much. It's like, it just like seems disingenuous, a disservice to not talk about it, to not acknowledge it. Yeah. And I feel like if it was anyone else, we would like, it would be easier for us to talk about, obviously, and it's tough because like she's a friend, obviously, so it makes it more challenging, but still it's like there's no way for us to not discuss it. Yeah, I think it's definitely, the reflection, the listening, all that stuff like that will be when she's like back in LA and stuff. I think we'll like hear more, and I think she's definitely willing to listen again. When there's so many voices, I think you have like no choice but to listen. And sorry for ending on somewhat of a sad note, but we appreciate you guys for watching the podcast, and we'll see you in the next one. We'll see you in a second Hot Topics this week, and thanks for watching.